Good morning, good afternoon, happy 4th to those that celebrate it. Welcome back to another Ocarina of Time Randomizer weekly using the standard rule set. If I can change transition, there we go. All right, we are still continuing the same settings as last time. 4 medallion bridge, 6 medallion BK, adding some scrubs with some of the bad scrubs taken out, and using Scrub's hint distro. So scrubs everywhere. I will turn it over to our two commentators today, Estancia and Ginger Sunny. How you both?
Hello, good afternoon. Pretty good, Shira, thanks. How are you today?
I am going back to sleep. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you. It is pretty early on some areas of the globe. I am having a good day. We have surprise brownies because one of my partners felt like baking brownies yesterday, so we have surprise brownies.
That's the best kind of brownies.
Hell yeah.
And also, it is surprisingly warm, so I need to refill my drink back in a moment before everything starts.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we're waiting for one person to ready up. Yes, stay hydrated. One person to ready up that's not live yet. You hear my massive typing because I'm just asking them to ready up.
We've got ourselves a pretty European bent for runners today, which is appropriate, I guess, for EU Weekly.
Yes. Oh, I could do a prediction. Bless sake. Is this going to be more bullshit than the NA Weekly last night with AD for Nocturne?
I mean, that's going to be difficult, I would say.
Oh, I mean, I roll some pretty nice seeds. And by nice, I mean nice to watch, not to play.
Also, hi. I'm back. And why are people talking about... Why is this all Dungeons for Nocturne on the NA Weekly?
Oh, so that was yesterday's seed that Arrow rolled. And it was an AD that you could either find out by process of elimination from songs, because the only hint we found was in Fountain with Rudo's, I think was in Ganon's Castle. So, yeah,
look,
unless you weep skipped.
I'm on push to talk, so I can't actually give you the full slow clap, but that deserves a slow clap.
That definitely sounds like BS. Hopefully we'll get a nicer one today.
I will mute and run and hide. And leave you be, but good luck.
Alright, well, I think we're almost ready to get started then. So this is a bit different for me because I've been watching a lot of RSL and commentating a lot of One Triforce Piece, so it's nice to get back to standard, actually.
How does One Triforce Piece tend to go? Does it just tend to be either really quick or it takes forever?
Pretty much, yeah. There's not... Well, sometimes it's in between, if it's in a really bad location, but... yeah, I think the shortest we had was like 9 minutes commentated on. That was fast.
Okay.
So...
Okay, that's a thing.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like that today, for sure.
No, these are more reliable, probably 3 to 4 hours. Hopefully nearer to 3 because I need to go and feed... Like, you can tell I've been in the village long enough because I've had my first help the cat sitter hasn't turned up, can you feed my cat?
Oh, you're trusted enough with to do so.
I know, it's scary, isn't it? But yes. So, I need to feed the cat at some point. So, I'll be hoping for on the faster end of seed times, but let's face it, the EU Weekly likes going on the same kind of trend as the NA Weekly, but worse.
It certainly can. The last few ones I've watched have been a little bit monkeress, so... But everyone's obviously going to try and finish as fast as possible, so I'm sure it'll be alright. I'm sure you'll be fine to go feed the cat.
EU Weekly? Fast? What is this madness?
The longer you leave it, the more the cat will hate you, you know that, right?
I've seen the cat a grand total of once, they are nervous as heck.
It'll be fine once it eats, but you know it might look at you a bit suspect. But all right, we're ready to go.
Here we go.
Let's find out where we're dropping.
Oh,
Zora
we've
shop.
got an adult start in Zora's Domain.
Adult domain. Okay. And
now that could be interesting.
Yeah, early mention of the tunic colours. We've got a really nice variety here. Devon in their usual sort of skyish blue.
I'd call that kind of slightly... That's
pastel
pale blue. That's slightly a dusky pale blue, which is a nice colour.
I think that's Fire Temple Foolish. So that's always nice to know.
Yep. Also, nice colour on Melrose too.
Yeah, it's a nice sort of red, and I do like Zephyr's hot pink as well. It's
I'm not convinced by the hot pink. I am fond of the straight vanilla green though.
I think it's only because I've got used to it, because every time I roll myself a seed and put it in random colour, it keeps giving me hot pink, so I've just kind of got used to it now. Skull Kid is dead. An SFM Waff.
What was the Grotto? Okay, yeah, that's just the Skull Kid dead.
So SFM's probably for the song. Or two. But it could be Wolfos Grotto.
I mean, I have seen it be all three before.
The good thing is it's only 3 checks, so it's not too difficult to resolve once you've done those checks. But one of them we're going to need some sort of explosives for first.
I'm still never going to get over that triple Sacred Forest Meadow way of the hero.
That's unlikely, I would say. I think that's got to be like 1,000 to 1 chance.
I've seen it. It was weird, but really cool. Oh,
and Kinra saying that last night's was a triple Gerudo Valley Waff. No, I have seen it a couple of times, actually. Funnily enough.
3 for 3s are hilarious.
Yeah, especially if you've got runners who just don't do it, like Ryuke.
That is kind of hilarious, just saying.
A little bit of divergence. Devon and Zephyr have both gone to Adult CAC, whereas Melrose and Words for Swords have gone to Kokiri Forest. So we're going to get a first look at Midos.
I mean, it's very neat of them to split top and bottom.
And they get a mirror shield in return, which is nice.
On the other hand, I'm not complaining about those chews from
and a wallet.
Either.
And chews as well. So we've got some explosives at the top. Oh, and a bomb bag. Anyway, so
and a bomb bag and a wallet in
bomb bag, wallet, and mirror shield in Midos. That is stacked Midos today.
Was that a bomb bag in Midos as well as the mirror shield and the wallet?
Yes, it was. Yeah, there was a bomb bag there as well.
Yeah, no, I think Midos House just kind of won this. Like, chews are good, but bomb bag.
Yeah. Rush Midos was the correct start. But this song could swing it back again. Being able to get this song is nice.
Did we see what the hint outside Lost Woods was?
I did not see. I don't think they've... Well, they must have checked it, but I didn't see it. DC, Way of the Hero, The Goron Dead. And Prelude in the Windmill.
I am not complaining about Prelude.
Yeah.
It's in random start.
Fortunately, it's not RSL, so at least Temple of Time is somewhere reasonable. Normally, anyway. Far too early for that, Shuri. I wouldn't be writing the resignation. Far too early for that, Shuri. I wouldn't be writing the resignation letter just yet.
I mean, Mirror Shield first just indicates trouble more than anything. Yeah, that is the other thing.
The other SFM. Yeah, excellent. So we get to resolve the Sacred Forest Meadow hint really early, which is nice.
And we've got a bomb bag, so we can go straight to Dodongo's cabin to do that one too. So far, Star, it's just go to Mido's house. Okay,
yeah. So SFM is definitely one of the songs. As For Always Wins is not going to count as useful as it is.
But it's not Way of the Hero.
I just wanted to pop on because I know to start, everyone wish her happy birthday. It's her birthday. So
Happy birthday, Star. Hope you have a great day.
Happy birthday, Star, though someone's saying that was yesterday.
Oh no, her birthday's today. I think the bullshit is what VXR's referring to.
Oh, right. And I completely missed what those hints were. Was there a Goron City Foolish in there?
Yes, it looks like it. I gotta trust VXR because they're always on top of things.
They really are. And it's not going to be Serenade for Way of the Hero either, so it's the child song.
So whatever the child song is. Fortress is Foolish. So.
Yay, we don't need to care about horseback archery.
Yeah, but I mean, we started with opponents, and so.
I mean, yeah, which just means, I mean, sure, guerrilla training grounds might be important, especially with the bomb bag that early. But
that's a good point. Yeah.
Not having to worry about horseback archery is always nice.
I'm just glad that in the standard settings they changed it so you don't have to do it twice, but once is sufficient.
Yep.
Alright, medallions then. Shadow, fire.
Also, was there a hint for fire arrows in Composer's Grave Chest?
Somebody in chat said so, yeah, so I believe that might be.
I think we just need to pay more attention when words goes through and gets these hints.
Goron City Foolish.
It is. Okay.
Hmm?
Going back to check that again.
That's one that's definitely worth double checking because you don't want to get it wrong and think it is when it isn't.
Yeah, that's Firelock Fire, so that could say some interesting things about logic this seed.
And yeah, as VXR pointing out, Stone Spirit with a Sphere Zero Mirror Shield. Like you were saying, early Mirror Shield usually leads to trouble.
Yeah, either it's the last thing you need to find, or you get it early and you completely forget you got it early.
And not quite a Dodongo dip yet, but we are going to see the first child section with Devon. I
would be very surprised if Melrose didn't do Kakariko and then head straight up to Dodongo's cavern, because Melrose knows its way of the hero, I believe. No, it's Words that knows its way of the hero. Because it was a Deku Tree hint, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Yeah. Pardon me, sorry.
On the other hand, you've got a bomb bag. There's no way you're not going to go there.
100%. I mean, you would go anyway, as soon as you can. It's basically a free dungeon.
Sunsong Grave Chest is Deku Stick capacity, 50 is Slingshot.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Unlikely to see 50 today then.
Oh, and 20 is nothing. Nice 20.
Okay.
What was that Goron City Stone hint? Nice. The other Dodongo's Cavern Way of the Hero is at Medigoron, so people won't miss that.
DC Way of the Hero is one of those that's like a bit like CAC Way of the Hero. Sort of, there's a good chance, especially with the, because we've got Scrubs in there as well now, I believe, under these settings.
I believe that the Dodongo's Cavern Scrubs were taken.
Oh, but yeah,
out.
because it was just too OP. Having like 12 checks or something crazy.
So now Zephyr knows DC is Way of the Hero. But yeah, basically, Words and Melrose went to Mido's house straight off, and they have the advantage for having that bomb bag.
I didn't see how many chews it was. Was it 10, I'm guessing, looking at the amount that's been used?
Not sure. Oh, magic on top of
wow. I mean, that's sort of waff, kind of, but
I'll
not.
Take that.
French vanilla waff.
Chews are on
No,
Man on Roof. They're not in Logic, but it means people will have them.
So we don't get to see the tiny little cute bomb chew refills, unfortunately.
The bomb chew refills are cute. Ocarina of Time is Sun Song, and Sun Song Grave we had a hint for, but it wasn't anything important.
Ah, Sun Song on OoT. That's another one that could be, it's fine, or it could be, oh no, why?
Well, we've been told that the Sun Song Grave is dead, but we have not yet seen a Frogs 2 hint, and the last bloody time I got told that Sun Song was an Ocarina of Time and it was dead, it was just like, oh yeah, by the way, Frogs 2 is your Din's Fire?
Oh, that's nasty.
Yes, it was. And Frogs 1 was hoarding our hover boots.
Wow, that's a serious frog seed.
Yeah, we were just so done by that point because we played it co-op that it was like, I'm not sure if I should be grateful or not. That they're at least in the same bloody place.
You just have to spend 5 minutes playing the songs to get them, after having done everything in the game. So we haven't found anything in DC yet, but it's still fairly early, so...
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time. Oh, we actually get to see the Ocarina minigame. I mean, most of our players are good enough that they do not need a bomb bag to do Dodongo's Cavern. It's not a great situation to be in, but these people we've got, they're good.
Yeah, 6 chews is a little bit monkerous for it, especially with no strength, but...
True, they probably
so it might not
won't
finish.
Dodongo then?
But it's definitely worth blitzing through them to find, if you need to find out what the waff is.
Yeah.
I hope it's not on King Dodongo. If it is, then they might be a bit behind until they get their bomb bag. Oh, well, okay. That's waff.
That is almost definitely waff, especially if that water temple way of the hero is rumoured. Because I think we've seen water temple way of the hero, we need that hookshot for it.
100%. And need to find another one. So maybe DC will be generous and give us 2.
That would be ridiculous, but honestly, I've seen more ridiculous, so...
Yeah. Never write anything off in this game.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And yeah, start pointing out, Zephyr gonna come back for DC when they get some more explosives, presumably. Unless they want to line themselves up for opening Dodongo with the bomb chews. Which kind of looks like they're doing.
Okay, so sometimes with all dungeons, it is fairly obvious. Like, if we know that Shadow is a medallion and Nocturne is on all dungeons, we know it's going to be all dungeons. Sorry, Nocturne is on Ocarina of Time, we know it's going to be all dungeons. A lot of the time, what people say a few minutes in is they're comparing it to patterns they've seen in other seeds, or they are thinking vengefully because, let's face it, chat are mean, and they want to see the mean things happen. So 100%. It's more like vengeful thinking rather than wishful thinking.
Yeah, as Tom correcting, it's sadistic, not mean. Definitely sadistic. Yeah. Everyone loves horror seeds apart from the runners, and that's for the fun of it.
Zephyr's going to be doing things with Dodongo choose or quitting out once they've got this chest. If we're seeing Dodongo with choose, then this is going to be a treat, but I'm not sure we will.
I mean, there is a new strat that I saw
They're going for
last week, actually, which I'd never seen before for the Chew strats, but it doesn't involve a ground jump, so perhaps they're going to try that. We shall see.
Oh, that would be amazing. Come on, Zephyr, show us some swag.
Doesn't look like they're ground jumping, so... oh no, they are going to do the ground jump strat. I mean, this strat is apparently harder than the new one, but the new one has only just been sort of discovered. Sort of, you do backflips with the chews, and if you get the timing right, I think it's like...
Oh no, they listened, but they didn't release the chew in time.
Oh, they might want to learn the new strat then. But this is so hard. It's so swag when you pull it off, but it's so technical as a trick.
Yeah, Zephyr is basically absolutely going for swag. If they get this, it will be freaking amazing, and we applaud them. And Zephyr is good enough that they can.
Well, 100%. But yeah, it is essentially one frame and then one frame, so it's a double one frame trick. It's and there we go.
In. And they only have one chew left.
So that's half done. Unfortunately, the only boss in the game you can't one cycle, so you're gonna have to do it again.
Oh no!
Oh, no. So close.
And then they're going to go to Mido's house and they're going to be unhappy.
yeah, they think, why didn't I do this first? Oh, and Star making a good point as well, I just noticed. There's I forget because we've got scrubs in standard now, there's actually some scrub checks in SFM as well. So that WOF isn't as easily resolved as just the songs. It could still be an item.
Wait. Oh yeah, Song of Storms. Oh, that's strength in a Song of Storms scroll, so that looks pretty way of the hero right there.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
also,
I mean, we're going to need the strength. For sure.
The scrubs in Sacred Forest Meadow are locked by Song of Storms. So the location is locking itself, so it's probably Song of Storms.
Hmm.
That strength was in Kokiri Storms.
Yeah, I wonder if Devin will go back for the Sacred Forest Meadow Scrubs, if he remembers.
They might do it when they get Minuet of Time, or if they need to do Forest. And oh look, it's a hint stone saying Kokiri Forest is on the way of the hero.
Well, there we go.
I don't know. Could it be the Mirror Shield? Could it be the Bomb Bag? Could it be the Strength?
Yeah. Either way, it's with Stone Spirit. It's not a nice selection to get as a potential WOF. And looks like Zephyr's going to have round 2 with King Dodongo.
And this one will be a lot faster. No? Oh no, they're going for Bomb Chew again.
Yep. They're giving it another go. I mean, they almost got it.
Yeah.
And it does look hilarious when it works. Like, just pop the Bomb Chew in his mouth.
Oh no.
Okay. Got to be perfect now for the rest of them.
Starks, what do you mean by my mic is noisy? Do you mean there's a load of kind of squawking in the background? Because that's due to the entire flock of starlings outside the window.
It sounds fine back here on Discord. Yeah. I'm obviously not listening to the restream, so I can't tell how it sounds there.
Honestly, the starlings are making a racket right now.
Might need to turn me down in Discord a little bit then.
Yeah, it's almost like we feed the starlings. Oh, and a remote grotto, that's nice. And we're also getting to see the crater, which is interesting. Did we see what the song was?
No, I don't think we've seen the song yet. They've got the hookshot though, so they should be able to check it fairly soon.
Also, nice one, Goelinks.
Oh, nice.
Zephyr have strength. Zephyr does not have strength, and he does not have a bomb bag, but they are super available.
Yeah.
Zephyr needs to leave and go get them. And he wants the swag. I don't blame him for wanting the swag.
I wonder if this will be the last attempt though before giving up, because it's like it's just so much time at this point.
Yeah, it is. And I completely missed everything that happened in the crater. And on everyone else's screens.
We have a bottle with a big Poe in it.
Ooh, nice.
I don't think there was anything else in there. But we're going to see what the song is now.
Oh yeah, swag always wins.
Of course. 100%. Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. That's Zelda's. All of your dreams of Zeldas in ice, given that we have a Zora's Domain start, all of them are dashed.
Yep. Nice song to have, but sadly not in ice, as you're saying.
I forgot it!
Oh, swag. Third time lucky.
Swag. Like, as soon as we weren't paying attention to him, he just needed us not to be watching.
That's what it was, yeah, absolutely. It's like, I can't, why do people are watching? But like, haha, they're not watching, now I can do it first time.
Yep, that's how it works.
And they still have a chew remaining as well, I think, which is even better for them.
Nice. And then they're going to go to Mitos.
Yeah, they're still not going to be happy, but at least they can enjoy the swag for a moment or two.
I have my first note for this seed is Zephyr Dodongo swag. Okay, Lon chickens.
Nothing.
Well, Talon, you can't just give him a bit of Malon's heart. Oh, rude!
That's a bomb bag there.
Words is unimpressed by that locked bomb bag.
And we're hammerlocked in Fire Temple as well. But we are going to see what's on the big Poe that we just got. So hopefully that will be something.
Requiem on Malon.
More and more things pointing us towards Stone Spirit. It's concerning.
Hang on. I believe at this point we need the ZSR grin in the background. Oh yeah, Zeph's going to be angry soon. There we go, Shiro got it.
in about 10 seconds. No, less than that, because it's that chest. There we go. I think we're going to see our first look of Boulder of Destiny as well.
Nice. Oh, there's a slingshot.
50 definitely not required today then.
I didn't see the Boulder of Destiny hint. And I didn't see which grotto Daredevil got that slingshot in. It was one of the big open scrub grottos. Strength is in Kokiri Storm's grotto, and Storms we are fairly sure is Way of the Hero, because we haven't seen the scrubs yet in Sacred Forest Meadow, but those scrubs are also Storms locked.
Yeah. So Devin going to take Requiem and give us our first look at the Colossus.
Oh god, you realise that Zephyr's going to have this bomb bag after all that, then go into Bonchy Bowling and see another bomb bag.
It's like the seeds, just like, yeah, you did all the swag, but we're gonna make you suffer by giving you all these bomb bags really early that you could have had.
Okay, that's Minuet in the desert. That could be Forest Temple access.
And it will get us another song as well. I don't think we've seen Saria's check yet.
We've.
Or did we?
Saria's check was Song of Storms.
Oh, that was Song of
Serenade
Storms.
of Water.
Of course it was. So we have. Yeah, you're right. But yes, logical forest access, like you're saying.
But yeah, having nice logical access is nice.
It's a pretty useful warp song anyway, because it speeds up access to quite a few places.
And those scrubs.
And scrubs, exactly, yes.
This is not. This is a Shiro seed. Shiro early. Hookshot is in Way of the Hero Dodongo's Cavern. Strength is in Way of the Hero Loaded Kokiri Forest. And Song of Storms was in the Way of the Hero Sacred Forest Meadow.
And there's another Fire Foolishing.
Yep, nice to know.
How would that work, Starks? Like, would each of them take a turn rolling and then pick one at random, or...?
I have no idea. Oh, hello, those are iron boots in the back of Lon Lon. How did I miss that last time?
Because I don't think anyone checked it.
Edit that command. I think there might be a typo in Hookshot.
I'm not sure that's a typo. It could be deliberate.
But I also disagree with it, because the Hookshot is so freaking useful. Look, I like my Hookshot, okay? Yeah.
That's why we didn't see them.
Basically spoiled me, because it's just like, the Hookshot can kill everything.
Just too OP.
I mean, it's not quite as OP as the boomerang, but it's more useful. Zephyr, haven't you seen the Goron City? Oh no, you need to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zephyr's just not having good luck with bombs today, are they?
No. It's one of those days so far with the bombs, for sure. There we go. The shield flick of anger. So we're finally going to see these SFM scrubs now then, from Words for Swords.
Let's see what they have.
Well, it's not that. And it's not that either. So. Definitely Storms then, that's confirmed.
That Storms at least twice over. And I'm still going to make faces at the Bongo and Logic joke. For reference for all the new people, ice arrows do not put bongo in logic. That is a meme. Yeah, we don't know what Storms is Way of the Hero for. Strength is a possibility. Bottom of the well is a possibility. Bottom of the well is a possibility no one wants to consider.
That's true. That's true. At least it's guaranteed not Master Quest bottom of the well, so that's a small mercy at least.
I don't like bottom of the well at the best of times. Master Quest bottom of the well was hell. I think I scared everyone in chat with that.
I mean, it's an understandable reaction, though. I don't think anybody likes MQ well. Even people who like Master Quest don't like Master Quest well.
I knew where the chest was. I was trying to access it for so long, and I needed to get one bloody switch. Do you know how many times I had to kill that group of 5 redeads? I ran out of magic for Din's Fire because I was just like, nope, 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 nope. I hate redeads. Nope.
Yeah, one thing about this game is there's a lot of creepy enemies like dead hands and redeads and likes that are just so freaky and unsettling.
It's just the scream. Dead hands creepier design, but no, the redead scream is nightmare-inducing.
Pierces into your soul, and not in a good way.
No.
So Murray's get a bit iron boots and then have difficulty getting back out again.
And TJ, this sleep you talk about, it's what dreams are made of.
Delicious dreams.
Delicious. I mean, hi. But also, I was totally going for a song reference, but you've got to earworm people when you can.
Well, it's worked on me. Thanks very much.
I'm not dark, right? Options include Gengar, Abaku.
Gengar's pretty awesome.
Really nice. Oh, we're getting to see the Goron hint.
And there's the Frogs hint as well. Frogs 2 is dead. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Tamaltek. I was just going, okay, I know this is the Grotto, but I still miss them going in. Yep, all dungeons for rewards is dead.
Yes, yeah, we might still need to do a world tour, especially with this item layout.
That's foolish, but it does have a medallion, doesn't it? Oh, and there's the other Frogs 2 hint in Zora's Domain.
Nice location. And we're going to see our first Weep Skip as well.
Yep, that's a Weep Skip. Zephyr's just having fun showing off all the swag.
Yeah.
And Strength 2. Sun's Grave we have had hinted as dead.
Hashtag Rush Ice.
Yep. Where was that other strength?
Oh, it was Lake Grotto. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was the same strength. I just assumed it was picking up the same strength. But there we go. So Strength 2 is available, along with Requiem, along with Eponas, along with Mirror Shield.
Spirit calls. Yeah, just to give them lens to be as unsubtle as possible. That would be great. But yeah, Spirit is getting buried in logic. Okay, so nothing important in the Death Mountain Trailstorm's grotto.
Get a very quick glance at what's at the Icy Waters. Shields? Is that?
Well, we've already got a mirror shield, so if it is, then we don't need it. Yeah, that looks like it might be vaguely shield-like.
Yeah, still, jury's out on that one. A bit hard to tell. I can never tell what it is at the bottom. Oh, and another bomb bag on child fishing.
What was that other bomb bag?
Child fishing.
Oh, okay then.
So that's also available. So, yeah.
We got Serenade of Water super early. That's true. And that bomb bag isn't Way of the Hero, so it has to be the mirror shield, the wallet, or strength.
Yeah, Stone Spirit intensifies even further with every minute that goes by.
Yep. Get your ZSR grins for incoming trauma.
Yeah, it's a good point, BXR. I think it might be the one time they actually want the wallet to be more often, not anything else.
Well, it would mean it would combo nicely into that waterway of the hero.
It certainly would, yes.
Oh yeah, that strength 2 was late. What was that strength 2? Late Grotto? Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Grotto. Oops. Blue 5 for Paradox Layer. We can but hope. It's been so long since I've seen a Paradox Layer though.
I mean, Paradox letters are pretty nice, but a lot less important now that you can Doom Weep skip. Rest well, Star. Enjoy your birthday.
Yeah, have a great day.
I mean, I always root for mean things to happen in the seed. Hey look, it's another slingshot in ice.
Oh, right. Well, that's useful.
That's the third slingshot.
Slingshot percent? Alright.
Well, except we're never getting the other slingshot because it's on 50. Hey, what the heck, Dampe? I mean,
Dampe paying off again.
I mean, on the other hand, he just gives you to it as a child instead of giving it to you as an adult.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think it would make more sense for him to give you it after racing him, but, you know, he's like, hey, here's something you can use in 7 years. Look after it.
Well, no, it's more the case of he's no longer being a hoarder and hoarding it until he's dead. He's trying to learn healthy habits with respect to options and values.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's been a lot of the seeds I've watched recently. He's actually had something useful, so I think he's finally learning. 800,000 odd seeds into into the randomizer.
Oh, we're getting to see Composer's Grave, so I'm guessing Melrose will try to do the flame storage to get those fire arrows out of logic. Oh, Coffee Avenger makes a good point. This is how he found the hook shot. He dug it up one day.
Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't him who buried it then. Somebody else buried it there. But he still gives us it, which is nice of him.
Oh, very nice of him.
I'd have kept it personally, probably. I'd be like, you're a kid, you're not getting a hook shot. What are you talking about?
there's Nocturne right underneath the place where you need to use it. That's oddly fitting, actually.
That's a pretty good location for it, yeah.
Like, this
it would have made more
graveyard
sense
is making canonical sense today. What is this?
Yeah, it would have made more sense in vanilla to have it there, to be honest, in some ways.
Oh, and that's another silver scale in bottom of the well. So Lab Dive is in Logic, I believe.
Yes, it would be in Logic. We've got 2 scales available.
Melrose gets the trick and now has Fire Source out of Logic. If only they had a bow.
Yeah, that bow would be nice right now. And we also get our first look at well.
With all these people in different places, it's really interesting.
Yeah, it certainly makes a change from sort of Quad Forest or something like that, anyway.
I mean, Devin still probably will want those irons and will, pun not intended, kick himself when he realises.
And that'll hurt.
Oh yeah, that'll hurt.
And Word's going to follow up via Storm's Waff as far as possible with well, and makes absolute sense. I would totally be hit well right now. It's a lot of checks, and you can get them fairly easily.
I'm sorry, Starling, you cannot be on the EU Weekly.
Oh, I heard it that time, yeah. It's quite loud.
Yeah, one of them just landed on the windowsill and pecked at the window. Yeah. I didn't have much. What was the song?
Bolero, oh, right, yeah. So, really not very useful at all then.
Convenient, at least.
It's one of those lukewarm sort of ones. It's like, it's nice to have, I guess.
Which is ironic given it's the Bolero of Fire.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be more upbeat and sort of fired up about it, but it's just like, it is what it is.
I mean, also we do still need to go to the Fire Temple, so it'll just make it that bit quicker.
And there's a bottle with a fish in it, in the well.
Ooh, a bottle. Mind you, we did already have a bottle from the Big Po, so it's fine.
Yeah, 2 bottles now, so that'll make Ice Cavern faster when they go. That's about it.
And I mean, it means that you could just avoid doing Meet the Goron entirely.
That's very true, yeah.
Like, screw you, I'm never going to stop you rolling. I'm just going to walk past you. Bye.
And
no
Frozen King Zora had just a blue rupee, so yep, no paradox letter, which is a pity, but oh well.
Have we actually seen this Summit Fairy before?
I want to say yes, but maybe not.
I know someone was in the area, but I think they got this before they got the lullaby. Oh, it was only a blue rupee anyway, never mind.
So if they did, that's why we don't remember it.
They do not necessarily need the stones. They don't. What the stones give you is the stones give you the Song of Time check, and occasionally the song on the Song of Time check is required. Today it is not. This doesn't necessarily mean that the temples have nothing in them, though.
And they might well end up getting 1 or 2 or even 3 stones, depending on how unlucky the item locations are. If they're on all the bosses, then Then they'll have to full clear anyway. That's what we call Oops AD.
Like, for example, Spirit is looking super suspicious right now.
Yeah, this seed is like my nightmare, TJ, and you know why.
Spirit is either essential or bait, and we don't know which. And Melrose is going to water early. I applaud this.
I think it's a good play, yeah. It's a little bit out of thinking out the box, but you've got enough items to get in and do a fair amount in there.
For Adult Spirit, you need Strength 2, and Strength 2 is in Logic. Water is Way of the Hero. Yeah, as Purple said, it's Way of the Hero, you have Irons, you have Longshot, you even have Zelda's Lullaby. There's no reason not to. I mean, they might... No, Melrose even has a single strength, so they can move the block. This is the EU Weekly. You can tell because most of the Americans are on holiday right now.
Yeah, it's the day off, apparently, so I hear.
It's Sunday.
It's the anniversary of the Will Smith film, obviously. That's what we're all celebrating.
Oh, there's Dins. That'll do it.
Yep. It's dip definitely worth it.
Wait, was that Gerudo Valley Way of the Hero?
Couldn't be because it's foolish.
Outside Nocturne. Also, hello Raiders.
Silver Gauntlets, welcome aboard.
The Silver Gauntlets do a lot of Ocarina of Time stuff. You can probably guess by the fact they're called the Silver Gauntlets.
Basically all Ocarina of Time.
But no, Valley is Way of the Hero. We haven't had anyone look at Valley yet.
Ah, interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, it was Lens at the bottom of the lane? Lens at the bottom of the fountain. You know, just to wave it further in front of you that you might want to go to Spirit, maybe.
No to staff, this one is nothing on me. It's all on you, mate. You ain't pinning it on me.
It's as much your fault as, like, kind of the QA effect. You know how there are some people that, like, things just get fixed whenever they walk in the run? And some people, they walk in and everything breaks?
That does sound accurate, yeah.
Because the developers say, oh, it works on my desk. And the testers go, I don't know why it's not working, but it's not.
That also sounds accurate, yeah, too familiar. It's a weekend, I don't want to think about things like that.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, what... Was that okay? That was a concerning noise.
Yeah, it was me dropping the microphone off of my desk. It's the second time I've done that this week. Well, as long as you can still hear me, I think it sounds...
Yep. Oh, hey, there's another strength. That's the Lake Grotto one, right?
It should be, unless we've found 3 strengths already.
Oh, apparently we've been the NA Weekly the entire time on Restream.
Oh, right. Okay, now that makes sense with some of the memeing then.
That does make sense.
Yes, I am, TJ.
I mean, no, it was definitely intentional given the date. Yep.
Yeah,
definitely
it's just
intentional.
Just honouring our American brothers, sisters, and non-binaries, you know.
Folks.
Folks, exactly. Yeah, that's a much more succinct way of putting it.
Folks is a great way to refer to everyone without being awkward.
Yeah.
It's really useful for filking into songs because it's only one syllable. Thank you, Shiro. Oh, there's double magic. That's not our way of the hero.
Nope.
So the magic in the water temple is not our way of the hero because there was a magic freely available in Sphere Zero on top of Todongo's cabin. No items needed. However, there's that Din's Fire that was in Water Temple, and that is looking suspiciously like Way of the Hero. I mean, yes, Purple, folks does make it sound like you're possibly about to sit around a campfire singing playing guitar, but I do a lot of LARP. That is, in fact, one of the main situations in which I am talking to large groups of people, several of which are probably non-binary, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's better to just make sure everyone's covered. In the easier that you can do that, the better. I agree.
Zephyr gets another bomb bag. Hi, Zephyr.
Poor Zephyr. But we still saw the swag chew strats, so
Oh yeah, you gotta have the swag. And now I will taunt you a second time. Look, if you're going to be British, you may as well full have it. Okay, where are we going now? Was it Daredevil who got the Gerudo Valley Way of the Hero? Because this would actually be a really good point to route it in. Child, they can get the grottos here and then head to Gerudo Valley. Devin, I don't think Devin skipped Lake Scrubs. I think he might have done them first.
This time. Well, no, because he didn't do it first time. So if he didn't do it this time, then...
And didn't get the grotto just outside Lake Hylia. They must have done, surely.
Guess just rushing Valley.
I mean, Devin's tracker does say they have a strength. I don't know which.
Yeah. Okay, so he did the Phil Grottos earlier, according to Purple, so...
Okay. So in which case, that strength is probably the... who knows, actually? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think they have done the Lake Scrubs in that case.
Which is weird, but I guess it's at least easy to get back to when they remember. I hope they do remember.
I mean, they're going to be heading back to Lake once they've done Valley anyway, unless they choose to warp out, which absolutely could be.
I mean, Devon's not having a good day with checks they're leaving behind. Because Devon also left behind those iron boots.
Oh, yeah, and I can't see them going back for the iron boots anytime soon.
Oh, hi!
Okay, that's...
That is a definite contender for Way of the Hero right there.
Yep. Question is that the only, or is there more?
Yeah.
Zephyr about to get their iron boots?
All hail Lord Banana. And another indication of water temperance on the Way of the Hero. Devon, aren't you going to climb the ladder and look at what's in the waterfall?
It looked like a blue rupee. To me, I think. So.
Except Water Temple is still Way of the Hero. So, iron's locked. Okay, Central Pillar had a key.
So it might not be, though. Might not be hard required.
Okay, it's good to know that Devon won't be punished for that at least. And there's their long shot.
Thanks, Dompe.
Also, I see your message, Bleeding Hearts. I don't think I can do the impression justice. And let's face it, like, you can just read that and pretty much everyone has it in their head, right? So we don't need to read it out because everyone can already hear it.
I mean, I would say I was thinking along those lines as well. It's like there's no way that we could do a better job than what's in people's heads when they read that. So,
I mean, basically. Aha! Another Australian. Hello, Mr. Nintendo. For reference, I say another Australian because I know that there are some of my Australian friends who are probably lurking.
pretty late over there, I believe, at the moment.
Yeah, apparently one of my friends finds my voice really soothing, and so they like listening to my commentary, partially because it's interesting, partially because it sends them to sleep.
Oh, I guess that's a compliment, I think.
I mean, yeah, I mean, given that half the time I tell them to stop streaming and go to bloody bed already, that's definitely a compliment.
Any help gratefully received, it sounds like.
Yay, we're soothing. Thank you, Romulus.
Must be the British accents. That's what it is.
There we go. There's Wings. She was the one I was talking about.
Oh, we've definitely woken her up now. Then.
No, I am not Australian. I am just gently ribbing one of my friends. Hi, Wings. So back to that seed that we were doing.
Oh yeah, we've got a seed. What about that? So we're seeing Child Spirit from Zephyr.
Did Melrose actually finish Water?
No, I don't remember them finding Morph or anything. I think they still got.
Oh, boss keys on the river chest. They need the song of.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because I remember them fighting Dark Link, but then obviously they couldn't go any further. That's right.
Though, couldn't boss key be on the block chest? I don't think Melrose did that because they don't have a bow. Like, we don't have a bow.
Yeah. So there's still a few checks then. 3, I think, that it could be on. 4, perhaps.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not talking about the torch one. I'm thinking the block chest and the river chest. I think that's... Oh, the middle floor bow... Yeah, middle floor bow target. That's the one. I don't think we saw much in bottom of the well apart from another scale, did we?
No, it was literally just a scale, I think.
So, interesting thing. No Pen Name Girl has pointed out 2 keys on child side spirit. So chances are adult side is key locked, which would explain why we got Requiem of Spirit if we need to do Spirit Temple.
It definitely sounds like, well, there we go. We did need to do Spirit Temple,
we need to do Spirit Temple.
And we would have needed Requiem because we needed those keys to get there. So
yeah, and the 3rd key is on Child Climb, and also, light arrows right there. We kind of need those.
So I'm imagining that Zephyr's just going to clear up everything that they can while they're here as a child with no other fire source. It makes total sense.
Happy 1 hour. At this
happy
point,
1
I
hour.
think we need to do our traditional shouting out to the runners, Daredevil, Zephyr, Melrose, and Words for Swords, my lovely fellow co-commentator, Ginger Sunny, and our restreamer, Shiro Ellie, and most importantly, the trackers, the unsung heroes, Purble, Tamaltak, No Pen Name Girl, and Procrastinorat. Sorry, Procrastinatorat. There we go.
Everyone doing a brilliant job. Yeah, huge shout outs to all of them, and also my co-comps today, Estancia and the Starlings.
Yeah,
that'd be a good band name, actually.
It would be a good band name, but no, the flock has decided to move on for the moment.
I'm sure they'll be back before long.
Oh, they will. They will. Also, Dead Hand being rude to Daredevil.
I mean, I'd be pretty rude as well if I was dead and a dead hand.
I mean, if you look like that, yeah, okay. You're probably just super grumpy.
And you're stuck in that room in the well for eternity till someone comes and Link comes and puts you out of your misery by a 10-year-old boy.
Which has, for reference, been flooded for a long time.
We get some broken stick strats here from Zephyr on the
Stick versus Iron Knuckle. Which would win? Full moulded plate mail armor, a stick.
A shortened, pointy bit of wood. Yeah. Oh, it's
in all fairness, that's actually pretty accurate as long as you're stabbing them in the basically in the armpit. But then again, they are wearing chainmail quite deliberately to cover that hole.
Yeah, I think it would take more than a pointy stick to break through that. But good thing it's not sort of realistic like Dark Souls or something where we actually have to... You could just break the stick, do a jump slash him, and just crouch in front of them and stab them repeatedly in the leg, and then they go down.
Which we are all grateful.
Oh, yes. And the Goron tunic there. A nice t-shirt to match the colour of their default tunic, almost. Well, that's a good point, Mr. Nintendo. Yeah, it could be.
True. That does make one less likely. No, the creature that escapes the well is Bongo Bongo. It is very explicitly stated by Sheik that the evil spirit has escaped the well and is taking up residence in the Shadow Temple, and very clearly it's an invisible one. Hilariously, if you can look at that scene, there's an interesting thing with the cutscene where you can see that there is a model of, I think it's Bongo Bongo's hands that's visible chucking Sheik around.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. It's been so long since I played Vanilla, to be honest. I don't remember all the cutscenes of that one.
You can see the Bongo Bongo model, but it's definitely Bongo Bongo that was sealed in the well.
Mean percent, yeah. So we've got the arrows, and I think that is actually it. Yeah, we haven't seen anything else as far as I can remember.
And there's words with our first strength too.
Yeah, first runner to put the two together and actually make something a bit useful.
I mean, even just strength by itself is useful. You need it for forest and fire. Sorry, forest and water and Delongo's cavern. Well, need want.
Yeah, prefer. Definitely.
right, that's fair enough, Mr. Nintendo. Oh yeah, you don't see the model in the normal cutscene. I thought there was something funky you could do to let you be able to see it.
And big thanks to JPogger and Bleeding Hearts for your Prime subscriptions. Very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting this great Zelda content that we're bringing you.
Thank you very much. Delicious, delicious subscriptions. And
There's
also songs. Hey, Kuiper. Oh, we haven't actually seen Miss Rosalind River, have we?
No, that's a good point. We have not. Because Storms has been a bit underwhelming so far with what it's given us. So.
Strength.
And it does look like it might just be strength.
Frog!
Okay, now it's not as underwhelming. But Bigoran is dead, isn't
Bigoran's dead.
So.
Okay, this seed is awful because there's a lot of Way of the Heroes which just happen to have items that look like you need to go to Spirit, but we're not sure whether it's bait or not. We know that there's light arrows in there, but we don't know if there's anything else necessary. And we have no idea where the bow is. Devin, why are you here as an adult? Oh, yeah, Devin, by the way, just kind of skipped Iron Boots when they were here as a child.
And now they're going to feel very bad about it.
Yeah, Devin not having a great time. But it's fine, because luckily there's only a small key on Central Pillar, so they don't actually need the Iron Boots. That said, we don't know where the boss key is. We know that the boss key is either in the river chest or it's in the bow target chest.
Neither of which we're going to be able to get at the moment, sadly.
Devin won't know. So Devin might think that he has to go back, get those Iron Boots, and come back to get the boss key in Central Pillar.
That's right.
That would be so bad.
Triple dip water, maybe. Doesn't sound fun.
Also, Gerudo Valley is Way of the Hero for a boomerang. And we had Water Way of the Hero for, we are guessing, Din's Fire. We had Fire Arrows locked by Din's Fire and Composer Grave.
Shadow Trial 2, anyone?
We can't be 100% certain that the Water Way of the Hero is Din's Fire, but it's pretty damn likely. The hints have been pretty nice this seed, apart from, all pointing to each other.
They're definitely pointing in a certain route, but whether that route is a route we want to go down or not is still up for debate.
That's true. Okay, so Momo's found all the items in water? Okay, in which case, yeah, it stings. Okay, so even if you have an item that would fulfill the Way of the Hero, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only thing there. Like, there could be other stuff there which is also required. And this is why you should generally full clear your Way of the Heroes. Oh yeah, Din's is 100% required, but there could have been something else as well.
Yeah. Well, it does feel bad for Devin not being here with the Iron Boots because they can't confirm that,
yep.
that it's not the Iron Boots that they actually need.
Oh, by the way, Child Dampe had the other hookshot.
Because of course he did.
I mean, sure, go ahead. Entrusted this treasure by the royal family, my arse. You dug it up from someone else's grave.
Making money off of digging up random stuff from people's graves. I guess they don't pay very well. Got a little sideline.
Well, given that the royal family is kind of dead in the future as far as most people are concerned. I mean, Tomatak makes a good point. The graveyard is the royal family, so technically the royal family are paying him.
However he wants to justify his morality, that's fine by me.
Honestly, given what Danpei's like as a ghost, I would not be surprised if that was how he justified his morality.
Devin getting his dins and staring at it for 5 seconds.
I mean, you can't blame them. Snap, crackle, and pop? I mean, Devin is not the only one who is confused. I didn't accidentally crack my knuckles while my mic was on, did I? Oh, hello.
Oh, nice.
Not required, but I'm definitely taking that big stabby. Thank you.
Yep, so that does also confirm the scale is not what Storm's 12 for. At this point, it's looking very likely it's strength 2 for spirit access as an adult that it's pointing towards, until we see the Valley Scrubs, as VXR points out.
Speaking of strength, Naros is about to get theirs.
It is kind of crazy that this is the first time they've checked it, and it's an hour and 13 minutes in.
And that Kokiri is Way of the Hero, but then again, I think Melrose only just got the Kokiri Way of the Hero hint because they only just did Lost Woods and the Bridge Salesman.
That's right, yeah. This is still, again, it's unusual that you would have, to be an hour and 13 minutes in and not have done Lost Woods fully. It's you don't see it every day.
No. And at least it's not, Way of the Hero Dodongo's Cavern being put off until an hour and a half in, Cubs.
I mean, I with Melrose, he was competing in a pretty hell 7 Master Quest dungeon RSL seed at 7 o'clock this morning, so it lasted about 5 hours. So I'm quite impressed they actually have entered, to be honest, because I'd probably go back to bed after that.
I thought it was Melrose that was in it, or were they against each other?
Oh no, Melrose is... Did I say someone else? As I meant Melrose. Oh, no, not Devon. No, definitely not Devon. No, Melrose and Rob Dog. But yeah, Melrose has been up since like 7 they started their race.
Yeah.
And it was a long one, with lots of Master Quests, so...
Yeah, definitely props to Melrose. Very good runner. I could not run RSL. I could not run pretty much any of these, but...
I love watching RSL, but I've done like 2 RSL seeds and just gone, I don't think I want to put myself through 9 hours of suffering.
Gods, I've just realised. Strength 2 could be for the Scrubs, Grosser and Colossus.
That's right.
The well has a scale. I mean, yeah, Words has seen the banana, whether they recognise that it is the banana.
It's like they're going to death warp.
Oh, hello. Melrose just found hovers. Where the hell are they?
Meanwhile, Bleeding Hearts with a nice pun in the chat.
Oh wait, was that actually Colossus Grotto that Melrose just got that in?
Oh, that's exactly what we were talking about. I didn't even notice.
I literally was just saying that. Okay. You might not believe me, but I actually didn't notice that Melrose was doing that as I was saying about it. I just thought of it independently. I swear I am not lying. I just thought of it independently.
So we get to see some Shadow Temple then, with those hover boots.
Honestly, Purple, you have seen enough of my commentary to know I pull this ridiculous bullshit all the time. Why are you even surprised?
Yeah, Tom Attack was still quite away from no mode even.
But yeah, Spirit does have lights, so people would need to go here, but it's not hinted way of the hero because lights are not hinted way of the hero.
Yep, because Ganon will just tell you where they are anyway.
Purple, I think the fact that you used that particular emote explains why I think you said anything else.
It kind of gives it away a little bit.
Yeah, there are 4 keys on the child side and 2 which are explicitly child only. So you definitely need Requiem. Oh, hi, Hammer.
Okay.
I mean, so that spirit temple that we've been given info turns out not bait.
Yeah, it turns out actually got some useful items.
Oh!
And a bow.
In
And there's
Shadow.
the bow.
Of course there's a bow in the first 2 checks of Shadow. Why else would we get all of the Shadow things super early? Okay, sure. Wait, was there wasn't a bow in Spirit?
Yeah, the bow was in Shadow. Yeah, I'm confused there.
Oh, that's true. We do need a Kokiri sword.
But all of a sudden, the seed really has started opening up for Melrose. They've found some really important items really quickly.
It's almost like we went to like areas that we hadn't seen before, and suddenly everything was there.
I know, right? Like, who'd have thought?
Shocking.
This game's full of surprises. Never thought I'd see that today.
Also, I am appreciating Bleeding Hearts' puns in chat. I would like people to know that I appreciate these puns.
I think that's why I didn't notice, but when you were talking about the Strength 2 in Colossus, because I was reading one of Bleeding Hearts pun, not Bleeding puns, Bleeding Hearts puns, for Mirror Shield. Let's reflect on the colours of it or whatever. So that was a good one.
Oh yeah, yeah. And don't get strung up on the bow.
Actually, both pretty good puns as puns go. I quite like those ones.
Yeah, I don't know. The fact that the actual phrase is not getting hung up on something, it means that that pun has a bit of a drawback.
Oh. Pun battle, let's go.
No. It's not subject chat to a pun. They just get to do the occasional stinker. And by the occasional, I mean several. I know where Ruto's letter is. That is one of the things that we are hunting for. Oh no, the pun master in this channel is Polyganon, but Polyganon isn't here right now.
Just for sort of consistency and length of service in the service of puns. They are quite something.
Hookshot, we are pretty damn certain is Way of the Hero in Dodongo's Cavern because there was nothing else in Dodongo's Cavern. and we needed the hook shot to get into water. The long shot was on child stampede digging. I mean, I did see the pun. Oh! No, I missed that one. You are quite correct.
What have you started, Bleeding Hearts?
Look, there are a lot of puns. I can see some puns and miss others.
So we're going to get double shadow and double fire. This time, instead of being horizontally matching, it's vertically matching.
Which is very mathematically neat.
I appreciate it. It appeals to my sense of symmetry.
Yep. Hello, Cloud the Merc. Nice to meet you. And if you have any questions about what the hell is going on here, then just ask in chat, and pretty much anyone will be happy to answer, either us or the other people in chat. Feel free to ask. We can understand that Ocarina of Time random can be a bit confusing.
Especially when it comes to things like meme phrasing and stuff like that as well. That's what a lot of time spent explaining what does that mean? Why do you call it that?
Yeah. When I know that we've got new people in chat, I tend to try and be a bit more thorough about explaining various memes that are happening. Spirit Temple key logic is awful. Okay, the reason we call it titties is because of Axiani.
Yeah, they came up with that.
Because it's double defense, which of course gets shortened to DD, which, there you go, it's not hard to see how that joke happens.
And yeah, I say titties instead of the other word because it's got the D's in it.
Awesome, I am happy to explain things, though admittedly I am not as fond of the titties meme as other people, because I just try to be slightly less crude. And also the model is so pretty. Why do you have to make something so beautiful and so pretty into something so crude?
And yeah, I think you're right, Tanner, and I think Devon did just have a little freak out when they got that bow. And now they're going back into water for their second dip, so they're going to at least triple dip water today, which always feels bad. Oh, that's a good word for it, Bleeding Hearts. Yeah, coarse. It is a bit coarse. Especially since we're British, we have to say that with a posh voice.
This channel does a lot of different Zelda games. There's a lot of different randomizers of different Zelda games. There's also some things for races, but mostly it's randomizers here. There we go. Thank you, Shiro. I was just looking for that link. If you look at our schedule, we have a list of all the different things that are going on.
Basically, if there's people willing to run it and it's a Zelda game, we'll have it at some point.
Yep, we do have Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons tournaments occasionally. The Ages and Seasons randomizer tournaments are really cool. I unfortunately managed to miss most of them. No, I don't think that's rude at all.
No, we're happy to. I mean, there is something about the sort of the songs of Zelda and everything that's quite relaxing anyway. So.
He is in fact River Chest. It was not on the bow target chest. We need Song of Time.
Oh.
Which means that Devin might get baited into going back for those iron boots in the back of Lon Lon Ranch. Ooh, that doesn't feel good.
And if it's on Prelude, then we're going to need the Kukiri sword to... Oh no, it's fire, isn't it? It's the forest medallion.
Yes. That doesn't feel good.
No.
Songs are being tracked for the runners, but they're not shown on the restream because we only have so much space on the four-person layout. If you ask them, we can tell you what they are, and also as commentators and trackers, we can also see the full stream of the runners, so we can see their trackers on stream. For example, I can tell you that Zephyr has every single Warps song, but only Zelda's, Epona's, and Storm's. Yeah, if this was 1v1, then we would have space to show the songs because there would be more space on the screen.
Yeah, precious real estate. There's not that much of it.
I don't know, I still quite enjoy watching regular speedruns because, oh goodness, some of the glitches and the beautiful, beautiful execution and skill they show. But I do prefer randomizers. Oh look, there's another bow in Wasteland!
I think Devin is really getting hacked off of his seed now.
Oh wow. Which across here with just Epona's and... well, no, because we didn't have hovers. We did have long shot. So yeah, we could have technically got here without lens. But we know where the lens is. Yeah, the way we do some items in Ocarina of Time is that we do them as progressive items. What progressive means is that the first one you find is the base version, the second is the first upgrade, the third is the second upgrade. So strength, bomb bags, hook, long shot, bow, scale, all of those are progressive items. So it doesn't matter which order you find them in as long as you find enough of them. Yep, chat is still putting it really well. See, this is why we have chat. Chat is better than the commentators half the time.
Yeah, chat's... if any questions, chat's usually got your back, because we can't always see every question either. But someone in chat will see 100% everything, so...
I mean, it does help that we do have our lovely trackers in the chat. The trackers are the people who are watching just one runner each, and they are the ones who are updating the trackers that you can see on screen. They are the unsung heroes, and they are amazing. So Purple, who just answered a load of questions, is a tracker. Tamaltak, No Pen Name Girl, and Procrastinator Act.
Help keep us all up to date with who's got what, which in a randomizer is really important, funnily enough.
Oh yeah. Yes, the restreamer is the person who's basically kind of taking the technical load of the seed. They're the ones who are taking these 4 streams and combining them into one. And the commentators are Slot.
Yeah. Who are attempting to provide entertainment. We leave it up to everyone to decide if it is or not, but we try our best.
And Bongo is down for Melrose, and Daredevin's going into Gerudo Training Grounds. This could be interesting.
It's our first view of GTG, so you could basically do everything here, I think. Apart from...
Yes, Devon has bow.
It doesn't have strength 2 though, actually, so it can't do the heavy block push, but can do everything else.
And oh wow, is Fire Boss Key really in deepest Goron?
It certainly looks like it.
Wow. It's a foolish dungeon, and what we mean by foolish is that there is nothing in there that unlocks new checks. So of course, given that we don't need anything in here, we have to go to the deepest part of the dungeon.
Yep, full clear it anyway, of course.
Wait, but that wasn't a boss key. Did Words just forget that this was foolish?
Maybe it's Pierre.
Oh no, it's on Pierre. Oh
And
god, they have Scarecrow set up.
So this is a pretty tricky trick. Good vocabulary. That Zephyr just did there, which is called Pixel Shot. And it's called Pixel Shot because you've literally got one pixel to aim at. And it's understandably really difficult. But they did pretty well there.
Yeah, all of these runners we have on stream are very good at this. And swag.
Yeah, I mean, Zephyr is really pulling off some swag strats today. And I think
Words is going for it too.
Words is going to get it as well.
Because Words doesn't have Scarecrow song set up. Fun fact, these four aren't the only ones racing.
Yeah, a lot more than a dozen.
Has it set up. Sorry, carry on, Ginger.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah, there's a lot more than a dozen lining up their schedules for this race. In fact, we have 27 entrants today altogether.
27 is actually pretty low. Probably because we have a lot of other side tournaments going on because it's the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes have up to like 40 odd people usually in the weekly.
I think quite a lot of the US runners have probably taken today off. I would imagine that.
Blame them. I would as well, particularly if I took part in the NA weekly, given by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think they'd rather have had that today, so they didn't need to do it. But not to be.
To Maltak, I'm not even sure why I'm surprised, but one of my partners definitely attests to the workout that chopping firewood can give.
So I guess if you live in a village, then do you have like a proper wood fire?
Some people have proper wood fires. I don't. I am too lazy.
That is the best answer.
Just give me a normal central heating unit.
Yep. This is the 21st century after all.
But no, some people very much do have wood fires. There's one of the houses on the street I'm on that has a little wood store outside for logs.
Very quaint, but not for me. It's say too much work.
Yeah, it is surprising how stylish you can make a wood store. Like, how stylish and modern you can make a wood store look. It is surprising. Oh yeah, Ice Hours for Ragia. Zephyr's just going for all the swag. Like, Zephyr took 3 tries, but managed to do King Dodongo with bomb shoes, which is not easy. And,
it would take me about 30 tries, so...
And Zephyr's just going, screw it. Swag time.
I mean, I think at this point, with how the seed's been treating him, it's just like, I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to do all the swag and whatever. And I'm all for it.
Yep, absolutely. Like, what's the point in doing these races if you're not having fun?
I think that's what Devon's asking himself right now.
I mean, maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny. Oh, his word's gonna make it out. Yeah. And Melrose also has done the King's Oil Skip and is heading to Ice Cavern. They will not find anything there. Oh, Fountain Fairy. Have we seen Fountain Fairy?
I think we've seen Fountain Fairy, yeah. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, so Melrose is going to hate ice even more than usual once they can get there and find out that it's nothing.
Oof.
And Purple been counting keys for us in GTG, which is appreciated, and reckons that there's 4 items still to get in there.
Which is nice.
But yeah, nothing so far from GTG.
So is it just a case of solid, I will come back here when I have song time, do you reckon?
I think it must be, yeah. Realising that it's going to have to triple dip water as it is, it's probably like, well...
Oh. Someone just did Death Mountain Crater Scrubs, but I didn't see what was in there. Zephyr. Oh, Ruto's letter.
Oh, the letter. Of course, Hammerlocked, yeah.
Yeah, oh, and Nehru's Love was in there as well. For those who are new, Nehru's Love is occasionally referred to as the condom, because it protects you.
And then the phrases always suit us safely. At least 4 people will type in chat usually.
Yep, Word's getting a nice kill off on Volvagia there.
Yeah, all 4 of his runners are really top runners, so guaranteed to see some really nice strats from them all.
And we have Devon going into... Yeah, I'm not sure why Devon's in Forest. I mean, I guess we have all the stuff for it. Might be looking for Ruto's or that strength too.
Yeah, it's not been hinted, and it's a stone, so it's... but I guess it's sort of like... Not a lot of other places at this point that they could do without finding, as you said, strength 2 at least.
But strength 2 is surprisingly easily accessible. It's Boulder of Destiny and Kira. No, it's Lake. Oh, it's the Lake Scrubs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the ones that is avoided twice now.
Which at this point avoided the Lake Scrubs and
suggests probably forgotten about it. Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, I mean, the strength 2 is essential. You're not going to finish it without that strength 2, so...
Oh, no.
Unless they lock into another strength here in Forest.
I mean, they might. It's possible, but I think it's very unlikely because of those Way of the Heroes. For those who are new, Way of the Hero means that the seed expects you to need to go to this place and you cannot complete the seed without going to that place. That is what Way of the Hero means.
Yeah, it's usually for an item, but sometimes it can be for a song.
Yes.
And as we discussed earlier, it can be for more than one, potentially, which can make it a bit difficult to work out exactly which one it is until you find more information. I mean, you can sort of tick off which ones you don't think it is.
Oh, that was very kind, Melrose. Melrose dropping the fish in the water instead of on the ground. That was nice.
Ah. Oh, that's actually touched my heart a little bit. That's really, really nice of him.
Yeah, that's pretty wholesome, given how fish get treated in this game.
Yeah.
But yes, as another explanation for new people, the way that these randomizer seeds are generated, the program that generates it places the items and has a method a route that it expects you to take. And the way it decides that route is through logic. So you, with, for example, that Rito's letter and that hammer, the seed doesn't expect you to do Jabu before you have the hammer, because as far as it is concerned, you need the hammer to get to Jabu. So anything that would lock the hammer can't be put behind Jabu, because otherwise it would make a loop, you would never be able to break into it, and you'd never be able to complete the seed. So if you hear us talking about logic, in logic and out of logic, logic is what the seed expects. Logic is where the seed expects you to go, or what it expects you to be able to do. In logic is what the seed thinks it's available to you. Out of logic is the seed doesn't think you can get here, but
But it turns out, yes, you can in certain circumstances.
Since when has that ever stopped speedrunners?
Exactly.
Like, the seed does not expect you to be able to get past Mido without Sari's song on Minuet of Forest. Oh dear. Okay, the EU Weekly versus the NA Weekly. The literal difference is just the time zone. Basically, the NA Weekly, the North American Weekly, is run at a time zone that is nice for North American people to play, and the EU Weekly is run at a time which makes it easy for people in Europe to play.
If, however, you're talking about the ROMs themselves, I'm not sure. I know that we use either the Japanese or the American one for the randomizer, so presumably there's a reason for that. But I don't know what that reason is. Maybe someone in chat might say.
Yeah, out of logic doesn't mean that you are a dirty cheater. It's just that it can be really advantageous to keep track of logic, because knowing what the seed expects you to be able to do can funnel you into finding the stuff that you need. Out of logic can mean that you skip a huge loop around the entire world. It can be super useful. But you probably want to keep an eye on what the seed expects you to do, because it will probably give you something useful on that route. Because, you know, it has to.
Yeah, logic is really important, but if you were to get the spoiler log and follow the logic chain, you would take a lot longer than necessary, almost certainly. So a lot of runners, a lot of players sort of make educated guesses of what they're going to follow. For example, if they know that, okay, I haven't got it, but I know where a bomb bag is, I think, so I don't actually physically need to go and get it, I'll just assume I've got it, and I'll still sort of be in logic. And then we can hopefully skip a chunk of the game that you don't actually need to do, essentially.
It's good guidelines, and it's good to inform your routing. It's not a strict requirement, but it can inform your decisions. And we have words for Swords, who will be our first person going into Jabu.
Yeah, which means it looks like they're going to be the first runner to get their third medallion as well, which is another medallion closer to opening up Ganon's castle.
Yeah. What I'm interested in is the fact of Fire Temple does give the Forest medallion, and we got Song of Time from that, right? Words for Swords hasn't gone to water yet.
Interesting. Yeah, they chose to go to Jabu instead.
I wonder why. Oh, because they found Rito's letter with the hammer in the crater scrubs.
And yeah, Boomerang was also invaluable off as well. So yeah, it makes sense. It's just I might have just gone straight to water with it and got that cleared. But it's progression either way. It's good to know that you've got options for progression. It doesn't totally matter which way around you do.
Yep, Zephyr just picking up that boomerang. Yeah, Jabu and water is Ganon's access. To explain, randomizers have different settings that you can choose for where items get shuffled to. What you need to complete it. In this particular case, we need 4 medallions in order to spawn the Rainbow Bridge and get into Ganon's castle, but we need 6 medallions to get the Ganon's castle boss key and actually fight Ganon. And for example, in this particular set of settings, we have what we call Scrub Sanity on, which means that scrubs can have items. All of the scrubs. No, really, all of the scrubs apart from certain specific ones that we said, no, that's too mean, are shuffled into the item pool.
One advantage with these settings as well is that we set it to cheap Deku Scrubs, so it usually only costs you 10 rupees rather than 60 or 40 or whatever it is. Not every settings has that, but we're sort of kind with these settings to allow cheap scrubs.
Otherwise it would just be a nightmare of grinding rupees, and no one wants that. It just makes it slow and boring. And we're not here for that. We're here to torture our runners through their own bad choices. Not to bore them to tears. Oh hey look, there's a Sora tunic. In forest. Sure. Well TJ, if your mission was to torture Ginger and Ginger alone, then I think you failed because Devon is also being tortured here.
That's right. There's being tortured a lot more than anything you can do, TJ. Actually, that sounded like I'm encouraging.
Yeah, that
Ignore that, TJ.
Encouragement, don't encourage.
I didn't ignore you then, TJ. I responded. What are you talking about?
As you can see, commentators, sometimes words are difficult, sometimes people aren't really getting many new checks. So I guess we are seeing new checks in Forest and Jabu. But, yeah. I want to be a little off topic.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Forest is not the most exciting of dungeons, sadly. Jabu's interesting design, at least.
Okay, Jabu, from a design perspective, is very good at achieving the effects that they wanted to achieve with not great graphics. Let us be fair here. They did really well with the level of graphics they had. I just wish it hadn't been this particular aesthetic that we were going for.
Yeah, Master Quest Jabu is quite something with the cows. Just creepily stuck into the walls.
About why Jabu ate all of the cows. Especially do not ask questions about how they are embedded fully intact into the walls of their intestines, organs, whatever.
And nothing really makes sense in Jabu. It's like
they were going for an aesthetic and a feel and an atmosphere, and they 100% achieved it.
Absolutely. It really does feel like you. It gives you that sort of, ooh, what are those walls? They look. Ooh. So they definitely nailed the aesthetic.
They nailed the aesthetic with many challenges. I just wish it wasn't this particular aesthetic they were going for.
Yeah, for a game that was like, age 3+ or whatever, there are certainly some really disturbing enemies and scenes.
Redeads, oh god, Redeads, why did they...
Screaming zombie things.
Tell me that Redeads are not nightmare fuel when you're a kid. Oh yeah, bottom of the well was the creep. Shadow was a relief after finishing bottom.
Bottom of the well sort of prepared you for the Shadow. By that point, you've sort of been there.
A lot less Redeads.
That's true. And if Redeads are your least favourite enemy as a child, then I can see why that would be a relief compared to bottom of the well. Coffee Avenger agrees with you there, yeah.
Yeah, but Jabu just made me feel slightly sick. Why did you have to make the walls wobble?
I think that's what it is. I think that's the chef's kiss touch on the design. It's for wobbling, but really adds
sound effects.
Oh yeah, the noise of the doors, like whatever.
The noise of the wobble.
Ooh. Oh, and speaking of creepy enemies, there's some likes. They're pretty disturbing creatures.
Likes were fine. Annoying, but fine.
Oh, yeah. The likes freaked me out when I was a kid. Just the creeping towards you like jelly sucking things. Ugh.
Yeah, okay, I can see that one, but I knew them from Link's Awakening, so I was fine.
Ah, that's he's already been sort of inoculated against them, so. And was that Winner Heart Piece?
Yay.
Well. So that's 2 or 3 out of the meme percent now, I believe.
So, something to note is that there is a joke category called meme percent. And meme percent are items which are unique, but serve no actual function. In these particular settings, one of the meme percent items is actually, theoretically, can be required, and that is Nehru's Love. Because
unlikely,
you can require Nehru's Love to get to the scrubs in Goron City. Because of the damage from the lava and getting enough time to do the hookshot.
It's one of those ones that's very, very rarely actually seen, though. Even though, as you say, it absolutely could theoretically be needed. A lot of runners just don't bother unless they've got some time, exactly. And then they can just get the blocks and do it that way.
But in most game modes, Nehru's Love cannot be required, and so it is a meme percent item. The other items are the Winner Heart Piece, which has a special text box saying "Winner" because it's from the chest game. Yes, it's from the chest game.
Mm-hmm.
There is also the single green rupee that you get in Mido's house because it is the only single green rupee in the entire item pool. There is the ice arrows because they're cool, but they don't actually do any. They're not needed for anything. Oh, it might be from Bombchu Bowling. That's true. It might be from Bombchu Bowling. And the last one... What's the last one? Stone of Agony.
Oh yeah, the Rumble Pack. Yeah, because again, it's if you really don't need it, because you should know where all the grottos are.
In all fairness, it used to be required in like version 1 of the randomizer.
Yeah, you needed it to read the hint stones, I believe.
Yeah. The Stone of Agony you used to, in very old versions, you needed it to read the hint stones, which gave you information about the seed. Devin, why are you doing Frogs 1? Okay, sure.
It's a check. It wasn't going to have what he wanted, but I guess he was there and thought,
At least it wasn't frogs too.
Yeah, we're nowhere near being able to do frogs too, unless we decide to do all the dungeons, which is not looking too likely today.
Not looking too likely, and thank goodness for that. We are missing the Kakiri sword, yes. The Kakiri sword is otherwise known as the butter knife because it's about as helpful in some settings.
Yeah, in these settings it actually has a use because it gets us past Mido, but in a lot
Not
of
Mido.
time...
Well, yes, Mido, but
sort of
different
Mido.
place Mido.
Different Mido. Different place Mido.
Young
Gets
Mido.
access to Deku Tree in these settings, but in some settings that's just open, and so you don't need anything. You can just go into Deku Tree whenever you feel.
My
There's
God.
Strength 3.
Strength 3 locked behind Strength 2, I think, because some of the keys were in the Strength 2 room.
It certainly looks that way.
So, Devon 100% needs to go get those late scrubs, which I think might be about what they're doing.
I think they've remembered.
Oh no, that's gonna feel bad. That's gonna feel so bad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Especially because, as you say, he's been here at least twice, and could have got them really easily. And is going to have to assume that quite a lot of other people did get them at least once when they were here.
Which they did.
Which everyone on Restream did, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the off Restream also will have. So
this is going to feel bad. Wait, no! Devon... Oh wait, they did get the strength. Good.
Yeah, they picked it up. That was the first one they did, unfortunately.
No, my internet glitched, and I didn't see them get it. So my internet glitched, and I only saw them get the other two useless scrubs.
No, just panic. It's just like, no, you haven't done that scrub yet.
I just gave myself a heart attack with that one.
And we're seeing the lesser seen back of the lake hints, which shows you that Devon really is hacked off at this seed if he's going to spend the time to go read a hint stone that hardly anyone ever goes for.
Yeah, it will get them a bow, so Zephyr will be pretty happy about this 2-chest dip into Shadow. And in all fairness, it doesn't even lose you any time because you need to restart at that room where you split off anyway if you're actually going through Shadow.
Yep. And you're not going to skip it in case there's any keys. You don't want to have to come all the way back when you find out your key locked. So.
Hovers are... Oh, they were in the grotto somewhere. Were they on a scrub? Colossus scrubs.
Of course it was, yes.
That's why they need strength too.
Wow, the shield flicks there from Zephyr finding that bow. It's a good 5 seconds of shield flicking there.
That is happy. That is happy shield flicking.
It's a strong emotion, that's for sure. Whatever emotion it is, probably a mixture of both.
I mean, that's fair.
And also, yes, happy 2 hours, everybody. Still not that close to finishing this seed. You really, really need to find that Kakiri sword sometime soon.
Yep, everybody loves the Bjorn sword.
Yeah, no pen name girls suggesting Shiro doesn't need to hand in the resignation because this is clearly not a jet.
Yeah, this is not a jet seed.
I wouldn't say it's a horrible seed, but it's certainly not a jet.
It's kind of a bit trolley.
It's had its trolley moments. Yeah, definitely.
Like strength 2 for the rock in Colossus. Come on.
Yeah, that is a troll. I'll give that one.
Ooh, do we want to bet for the button right? That would be fun.
Yeah, it's one thing we're missing from no mode. I'm really confident in that. So, and at this point, it literally could be anywhere. It's a casino to find it.
Well, we've seen some places, so.
I guess it could be anywhere that hasn't been checked.
So, places that are foolish cannot contain this. Places which are foolish are Fire Temple, Gerudo Fortress, and Goron City. We have not seen the Lens Game. We have seen... We've seen all the items in Water Temple. We've seen all of Shadow. We've seen all of Forest, I think. Actually, no, we haven't seen the basement in Forest. No, we have. We've killed Phantom Ganon. Yeah, there's a lot of places we've seen. It's not in Bottom of the Well, it's not an ice cavern. It's not in Zora's Fountain.
I did like Vidya's bet though, the South Clock Town Scrub.
The more specific a bet is, the more you are likely to be chosen as a winner. But if you want to go more generic, then that is also fine. But specific will win over generic. And if no one gets it, then someone probably submits a mean bet. We have not seen Toilet. Though actually, I guess we have seen Center Chest at Gerudo Training Ground, so I might have missed Toilet.
I don't think we've seen Toilet. I'm sure we would have seen more memes in chat if we'd seen Toilet. And I don't remember that, so... Yes, Sir Nightcrawler, yeah, that's the Scrub Squirrels where the hoppers are. Which Devon will be getting to eventually, now they've got their Strength 2 finally. But quite a long way behind everybody else on Restream, sadly for them.
I'm doing a meme bet because I can't think of one.
I was about to say, speaking of meme bets, that's a perfect example of one.
I mean, I kind of think it's going to be like in one of the more forgettable trials, like Forest or Water. But I can't be asked to choose, so I'm putting in a meme bet. It would be hilarious if it was in like Spirit Temple on Twin Road or something. Or if it was behind Mirror Shield, which we got as pretty much one of our first checks.
That would be hilarious, actually. I would like to see it on the highest chested spirit. Something like that.
Yeah, we've even seen basically all of the scrubs. It's foolish, I think. See, look at how lovely our chat is. We have 3 people trying to stay foolish at the same time.
Yeah, it means we don't need to do horseback archery, so it's not the worst hint in the world. That would be Haunted Wasteland being dead. That's a pretty bad one.
We are forever glad. Oh no, Devon's actually going back for the irons to try and check Central Pillar in Water Temple.
Oh dear.
They've walked to the back of Lon Lon 3 times now. Oh, this hurts. Oh, yeah. That hurts. That hurts. He is going to be mad because he's going to go back to river. He's going to go back to water and find us on the river. Oh, Words, why was that your first bow? I mean, we found the 3rd bow. It was in spirit.
Well, there you go.
But also, why is that your first bow? I don't believe that's bow locked.
No, I don't think so.
The other 2 are in Wasteland and in the first 2 chests of Shadow. And Wasteland is a dumb place for a bow.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I think it's just more surprising that it's sort of a 2 hour 6 minutes bow. So.
Okay, we don't know who's in the lead. With Randomizer, it's really hard to judge who is ahead until like the very end. Because everyone is taking different routes, people have different items, and some people will be ahead in one way. Like, say someone might have more items, also Stone of Agony. Someone might have more items, but another person might have more dungeons cleared. So technically, dungeons cleared is progression. They are technically ahead. But the person who has more items might be able to do those dungeons faster because they don't need to stop and check everything.
Yeah, the good thing about Randomizer is that it literally, and I have seen it so often, that somebody who seems to be winning by miles find an item that looks like it helps them, but it actually sends them on the wrong path because they don't really need it, and then somebody else will find an item that actually does help them, and all of a sudden things have turned upside down, and the person who was winning suddenly finishes last, and it's just how it goes.
It's one of the reasons why randomizers are so interesting to watch. Every single seed is a new puzzle, and it's predictable and it's unpredictable. It's something new every time, and people's decisions can make such a difference. We've seen people who were half an hour ahead finish last, and some people who are 15 minutes behind catch up in an instant from a gamble.
Yeah, it's the main reason why Randomizer is so fun to watch and play as well, because the sort of puzzle being different every time, that's the big appeal of it for me.
Yeah.
Each seed has a different solution, and trying to work out the solution is the part of it I really enjoy.
But the thing is, yeah, randomizers do have a lot of luck elements in it, but it is luck tempered by skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that logic we were talking about, if you know logic well, you can do a pretty damn good job of predicting where things might be.
Oh, that's an F for Zephyr.
Ooh, that's
unfortunate.
With execution, you can make it faster. With logic knowledge, you can predict where you might need to go. You can see what's likely. The fact that you can make an educated gamble. You can go, okay, I got this item super late. I think I'm behind. The only way I'm going to catch up is doing this check, which is super unlikely and people are likely to avoid. But if it has the thing I'm looking for, I have just caught up. Those are tactics. That's why it's fun.
And the other thing as well is that it attracts different types of players and runners, because you've got, I mean, obviously not everyone can be perfect at execution, but you don't necessarily have to be, because if you, as you were just explaining, if you've got a good grasp of the logic, you can make up for a lot of that. And some runners are much better at one thing than another. Some are fairly balanced. It's there's just so much variety. It's what makes it always interesting. Never uninteresting to watch.
And like Kerbal makes a good point. You can 100% metagame yourself into oblivion. But that's a choice. You make the gamble. That's the choice you're making.
I'd say 70% chance you metagame yourself into oblivion when you metagame, but occasionally it pays off, and especially in a weekly setting, you probably see a bit more of that, because when you're racing against sort of 40 people, for example, it's more likely that a few of them are going to make crazy decisions that you wouldn't necessarily think would be the sensible ones, and it might just get them the win.
Yeah, admittedly, I'd call that a gamble rather than doing metagame stuff. Metagame stuff would be something I would consider to be like, oh, this person has finished super early. I know that they tend to go ice first, therefore I'm going to go to ice capital. That is the metagaming I'm not sure I'm so on board with.
Yeah, that could be super risky, and it can definitely pay off, but I mean, especially in one-on-one seeds, I have seen it quite often where both players are trying to metagame each other and ends up going on an hour and a half longer than it probably needed to. So it is a bit of a double-edged sword, for sure.
I mean, that's fair, Purple. Everyone has slightly different examples of what they consider to be metagaming.
I mean, yeah, if Cola finishes first, then it's almost certainly just run dungeons. Because they are extremely good at those type of seeds. Very, very execution-based.
It's not guaranteed. But yeah, these are memes examples, but the choices are yours. And also, there's more than one type of setting. Like, you don't have to just do a race by yourself. There's also co-op.
Yeah, and multi-worlds as well, which is a lot of fun.
Yep, and Spirit's top half was not useful apart from that bow as far as words for swords is concerned. So, it's not Spirit. Ganon's Castle? Have we seen Shoot the Sun?
No, because the only people who finished Water didn't have the bow at the time, I think.
Oh, we have seen Shoot the Sun.
Oh, we did see it.
We were probably too busy talking. Okay, it was Bloopy. Never mind. Letter was in Death Mountain Crater Scrubs. Hi,
Yeah.
Alex.
The scrubs have been really paying out today. Lots of important items on scrubs. But it is a fairly new addition to the standard settings of weeklies. Quite a long time, scrubs were just generally turned off in the weekly settings, but I'm glad they've turned them on. I think adding extra checks is always good in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm actually going to disagree with you because the reason I like weekly settings is because the weekly races are really accessible. They are something that people from all over can pick up if they're just starting. It helps them to get into the community. Having scrubs on means that you need more knowledge to take part, which means it's a bigger barrier for new people. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not fond of scrubs in. That's why I'm not fond of scrubs in weeklies.
No, I can get behind that. Yeah, that makes total sense.
No sign of Kakiri sword. We know it's not in spirit. Ah, there's the single green rupee, otherwise known as Greg. The memes behind that are long and complicated, but Greg does stand for Green Rupee of Eternal Glory.
It's been named many things over the years, but currently the Green Rupee of Eternal Glory, Greg, is...
That is meme percent, yes.
To this point, Purple, yeah, I think you're right. I think Rush Ganon's is probably the call once GTG has nothing. And I think it's going to be Words, who's probably going to be the first one to... Oh, no, actually. Yeah, no, they will be the first one.
Okay, so Zephyr is now in Guido Training Grounds. they do have some time. Zeppelin might do the toilet. The toilet, for reference, is the Roman Guerrero training grounds where you have to play the Song of Time to remove the blocks and then swim around getting silver rupees in the big swirly water room. It is usually a check which has nothing and it's got water going round and round. This is why it is called the toilet. It's a shit check.
It is a shit check, and it's really quite difficult as well. It looks fairly easy, but it's not. It's the hitboxes of the silver rupees can be temperamental, I think it's fair to say. And yes, it's such a meme, but
being temperamental? What is this?
In my Ocarina of Time game, never.
In any game. Like, hitboxes are so difficult. Freaking collision detection, yo. My brother wrote a game once when he was like my older brother wrote a game when we were kids, and then he gave it to me to test. And as my literally first action was, I walked sideways into and through a wall.
Yeah, collision detection is pretty difficult.
He was not impressed. And then he took it back, fixed that bug, and then I hid behind the text box instead.
Nice.
Oh, words, that hurts.
Oh,
no.
There is technically a way out, but you're better off just voiding and starting again. It just takes too long and needs perfect timing to get out of there, and it takes forever, so it is generally just faster to take the void and try it again.
But, yeah.
But instinct kicks in and you just try and fight your way out anyway.
Yeah, but basically, hitboxes are dumb. And Melrose is also doing the river chest, and very close to words for swords, actually.
Yeah, they are literally within 10 seconds of each other, so this will be quite interesting. Who's going to have better execution on Morpher?
Well, Melrose hasn't actually fought Morpher yet, and Melrose might decide they want to do jabbing. And that's another choice tactically. How much do you want to go for progression? How much do you want to go for number of checks? Check density.
Yeah, it is a tricky one, and it's one that could absolutely decide the race. As you were saying, it's one of his checks that, with the information you have, it isn't really a wrong choice until it is the wrong choice.
In all
but there's
fairness,
not a lot you can do.
There are so many choices that you can make in a randomizer which aren't wrong, they just weren't right.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
Like, it can be absolutely great idea, it can make complete sense, it just might not happen to be the right answer. It just might not pay out. And that's okay.
Unfortunately, Murray's getting a little bit trolled by Morpher there, but didn't lose too much time in the end.
Morpher? Being a troll? Say it ain't so.
I know.
Oh no, wait, hang on, this is the wrong channel. We don't have the channel rewards to redeem turning up the British sarcasm.
One thing we're British are very famous for.
Oh, who's the bigger troll, Morpher or Trolldom? I would actually say... Ooh. I'd probably say Morpher, because you can't really get a good Morpher fight, but you can get a good Trolldom fight. Like, Morpher, it's either okay, or it's awful.
Yeah, there's not really much in between. You're right about that.
Yep, gold's in the center chest of Gerudo Training Grounds, and that is strength 2 locked. It's bad. Yep, there were keys in the silver block room. It's strength 2 locked. Both of those other strengths are absolutely 100% required because you can't get the third one. That is why the strengths are way of the hero.
And we're seeing some divergence as Words is going to go into Ganon's castle.
Melrose? Why are you here? Oh, you're defrosting King Zora because you are a memer. Got it. No, Mel has already done all of Ice.
Yeah,
this is why I'm confused.
Pretty much done Ice already. The good thing is they've got Prelude, so it's easy enough to get back. But are they going to go as a child and do Jabu, or are they going to follow Words into Ganon's castle? And that's Ganon's castle play.
Yep, makes sense.
Oh, I just saw some lightning, so we're about to get a storm.
Oh good. Zephyr just got hover boots, so we're about to see some shadow.
Ooh, more shadow, hooray!
And the birds are looking at me disappointedly going, we finished the suet balls. Are you going to give us some more? And the answer is no, I'm commentating.
Oh, that's quite good, Virgil. I actually didn't even think of that. Somebody must have done. Good thing I've brought over washing in, so there's nothing out there that'll get wet, so happy about that.
Words and Melrose are fairly even at this point. Melrose is technically one dungeon ahead, I think? No, same number of dungeons.
Yeah, I think we're about even.
Yeah, about even.
I'd say Words probably a little bit ahead, but that could absolutely change just on one mistake on execution or one error.
Does Melrose have golds? I think they do. Because, yeah.
Yeah, they just did Yeet Rock, so they've...
True, and Melrose has Shadow Temple done.
They just decided to do outside Ganon's castle first, whereas Words just went straight into Ganon's castle. So...
Yep, legitimate choice. I mean, Jabu's especially fast if you can go mode it.
It's one of the dungeons that is good to go mode, because you can.
Yep, you've got golds. Use your advantage.
Lots of checks and they usually bait, but if it's the Kokiri sword, then...
You do need all of those checks. Well, sorry, you do want to do checks in order to find items.
Yeah. Check density is pretty important in a randomizer.
One of the many factors that can influence decisions. God, there's a lot of money in here today, isn't there?
A lot of money, but not much else. It's funny because of those strength 3, you'd think it's got, and I know in theory it's got the same chance of having items behind it, but the amount of times it's just been complete bait.
That's a good point. Melrose doesn't have lights. Or at least Melrose hasn't marked lights on their tracker. Hey, double defense.
The double Ds.
Why did I call attention to it?
Now chat's like, yay, we can say a crude word. And yeah, there's nothing behind strength 3 today. So
there it is.
Hey, we've got
and Words for Swords and Melrose gives me us at basically the exact same time. Why are they still going?
Let's see.
I mean, Words doesn't have hovers, so that would explain why Words is still going.
Yeah, the only thing I can see
lights
is the lights. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna do that and now go.
Wait, surely someone bet Ganon's Castle.
There's I think they do two results, one for like subscribers and one for non-subscribers.
True.
So you'll have won whichever one it was.
I am not subscribed at the moment because if I give Twitch my money details for buying subscriptions, I will spend so much money on subscriptions.
That's the problem I find as well. It's like you get one and then it's like, oh well, you know, I really like this streamer and they've got some sick emotes and I really want them, and it's like, go on then. It's only a $5, whatever. And then it's like, how much have I spent this month?
Yeah, I just thought someone bet Ganon's Castle.
I mean, yeah, Ganon's Castle is actually a good bet because the amount of checks that you can do, and
yeah, Words needs to go to Colossus Scrubs, which is quite some way out of their way. Oh, here we go, treasure chest minigame. If you see people doing random 5-letter selections, they are trying to guess the route through the minigame. We have just started with right, so VXR is out straight away.
Yeah, exactly. Alpha Omega knows what I'm talking about. That's exactly it.
Something Magnus has gone for the bet that I usually make, which is Ruto's Lesser Lon Branch.
Ah, well, that's pretty clever, actually.
Now I'm out.
Not this time. I think that's everyone out. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
But it is a 1 in 32 chance of guessing it right. Which sometimes you see. I remember at least one weekly where... wallet. Brilliant. At least one weekly where a runner 1 in 32 did it correctly. And that's pretty hype when that happens.
We have seen someone... So for reference, that is not in logic unless you have the Lens of Truth and Magic. Mm-hmm. There was someone who managed to guess the 1 in 32 and it won them the weekly because it put them ahead.
That's the prime example of the gambles we were talking about earlier. That is a massive gamble.
I think that was a good example of out of logic being helpful, actually.
Mm-hmm. But also in terms of the odds, though, like it's having a 1 in 32 chance. You try it once or twice, and then if you don't get it, you sort of give up. But
yeah, there is
sort of thing that can win you a week.
Yep. There is one of our regular runners who likes doing one attempt of the 1 in 32 blind every time they run, and it's great. Speaking of things that are great, chat, I have a deeply important question to you. I am mildly hungry. Am I healthy and have an apple? Am I unhealthy and have a brownie? Or am I also unhealthy and have some of the leftover pancakes with honey?
Those are pretty tricky choices, all three of them.
I know, right? But the thing is, brownies keep, but pancakes won't keep as well.
Yeah, that's why I would be leaning... Even though the brownies are like a special, unique sort of event.
Oh, chat seemed to think brownies, but pancakes.
Coming in with other options: pizza, tacos.
Would you believe I've never actually had a taco?
Wow, really? Oh, I love tacos.
There just aren't any taco places around here. Like, there just aren't any places which do tacos around here. And even if I did go to a Mexican place that did tacos, I'm going to get a burrito.
Wait, it's not. Why not get a burrito and some tacos?
Or I'm going to get. Oh, I've forgotten the name for it. It's the one beginning with C that's folded over. It's not a chimichurri.
Chalupa, I think. I like quesadillas as well.
Quesadillas. It was not beginning with the C, but it had the.
It sounds like it should.
Hard sounds at the beginning. I know it's not a C. Look, I'm hungry. You can't expect my memory to work when I'm hungry, okay?
It's understandable.
So, please excuse me while please excuse me while I think I'm going to go and get some pancakes.
No problem. So we're finally seeing Deku Tree. Which at this point probably doesn't have anything useful in it, but they are still looking for the hover boots, so they're going to be checking everywhere. Yeah, so there's nothing in there. So I'd say at this point, probably Melrose taking a lead here on the restream. And yep, Zephyr just needs to get their Kokiri sword. So they're not that far behind, but it's Devon really that feel bad for so far on restream. They've not had a lot of luck, unfortunately. And also they've missed a few checks they really shouldn't have missed, so it's not all luck, but... Oh no, and messed up this part, so they're going to have to climb all the way back up again. Yeah, I mean, Zephyr's still totally in this, absolutely. If they make the right choices, then they can totally get back in the lead. I think we're going to be on for a good finish, actually, between these three. I don't want to write Devon off, because he's a fantastic runner, but I think missing that strength for as long as he did is probably going to cost him the win on restream this week. Oh, no one cycle on Bongo though, sadly for Zephyr, so... Yeah, I think you're right, chat. Yeah, it was swag, but it did take them 3 attempts, which cost them a good 6-7 minutes, I'm gonna say.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. We're just discussing who we think's in the lead, and essentially it is kind of a 3-horse race. Zephyr is a little bit behind, but they don't really need that much, so if they go against Castle, they will be right in the race.
Yep. It's very much a words just needs hovers.
Or Kinra thinking we might see a chicken play from words. I mean, it's possible. Serenade suggests maybe. They've got Prelude though, so presumably not.
Child fishing?
I guess it's child fishing. I guess they haven't done that yet. Yeah, basically it's still wide open because none of our runners really know where the thing that they need is. Although Zephyr is about to get the Kukuri sword, presumably, which means that they'll be catching up very fast.
It seems fairly likely that Melrose will do Child Spirit after Jabu and Deku, though.
Yeah, because they haven't really done much of it. And at this point, they probably will assume that it's there without having to get the Ganon hint. I don't think they've got Furoras either, so it's not like they can just set Furoras in Ganon's castle and come back easily. So.
And those pancakes were good.
The right decision made then.
And it's mostly because we've got some really fancy honeys at the moment.
Oh, I love fancy honeys.
Like, these ones are historical honeys, so like it's honey infused with spices in mixtures that are used in ancient cookery.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's basically really nice spice mixes in honey.
That actually sounds really nice.
Yeah, this one has like chili and cardamom and a few other things, so it's slightly sweet and slightly heated, and it's delicious. Yeah, Adult Spirit is keylocked by Child Spirit, so you do need to do Child, at which point it's about even as to whether you do Child Climb as Child. I mean, you're there already and you're Child, so as soon as Melrose goes to Child Spirit, they're pretty good. It's just a case of whether they go there before they go and get the Light Arrows hint from Ganon.
Yeah, as soon as they get the Light Arrows hint, they'll know Child Spirit have to go there. But if they can forehead their way to going without prompting, then that'll give them a sizable advantage.
This is why I reckon the most likely time is Melrose does Deku, and then either they will go Adult to get the Light Arrows hint, or they'll try clearing out Child Spirit because it's one of the few places left.
And since you're a child as well, it would sort of make sense just to quickly do Child Spirit. Even if you just do the first 2 checks and you get a couple of keys, it would make sense rather than having to risk a second age change.
Yeah. So Child 1 has a lot of cleanup available.
That is true. I mean, that's the thing. It looks kind of obvious to us because we sort of know where things are, but it doesn't always look that obvious to runners in the heat of the race.
Yeah, bearing in mind that there's like, if you want to clean up Child 1, there's Treasure Chest minigame, there's Child Spirit, there's Frogs 1, there's just a lot of random one-off checks.
Mm-hmm. But I think by that point, if it's going to be one of those, you would probably just go get the Ganon's Castle hint.
Oh, Zephyr's going straight to Kukuri sword. That's going to be good for him.
There it is, and that's big. That's very big. Still have to do Jabu though, so but they do have the Light Arrows, so that is go mode officially.
Melrose isn't full thing. Melrose is just going straight to the bottom. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're deciding to just not waste any time. Maybe they've worked the logic and maybe they realise that it must be in spirit, is all I can think. Or they're just trying to go mode everything as fast as possible.
Oh,
and
as
then
in just go mode
make the decision when they get the hint. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. In which case they won't be going to child spirit, they'll just be going straight adult, right? Yeah.
Presumably, yeah. If they're skipping all these checks, I think that's what the plan is.
Yep, that makes sense.
And the good thing about go moding Deku is it takes literally about 45 seconds, so... Devon finally getting Song of Time. Not going to be feeling good about that.
Not yet had the Ganon hint because they don't have all of the medallions yet. They're about to get their last one.
Yep. Now they can rush to Ganon hint. And so it's basically a race to Ganon and then Child Spirit versus Zephyr doing Go Mode Jabu and Go Mode Deku. I'd say Melrose probably still slightly ahead because I don't think they can waste too much time. But
yeah, Melrose
it's going to be close.
But actually the light arrows are fairly early in Spirit. But on the other hand, might try to go adult first. Especially given they are an adult. So they'll probably find it in top of Child Climb given you can go in there as adult.
But I think we've already been and known that they can't go up there because of the key locks. So I think if it's in Spirit, they'll know to go back Child. And they won't feel very good about it, but I think they'll do that. Unless they've misread the logic completely, in which case that would be pretty costly. I mean, I think he should know that it's child locked, having been there and not been able to progress. I'd be surprised if they forgot it, but you never know.
We have no idea whether Melrose is time locked. Melrose has never been to Spirit.
Oh, okay, in which case they will not know. And they probably will do adult first. I mean, if they go adult first and then start clearing out adult spirit until they get key locked and have to go back, then... Yeah, Alpha Omega, yes, it's going to get the hint. It's going to tell him, you'll never defeat me with the lightning bolts in Spirit Temple. And chat pointing out that, yeah, he must have gone to Spirit because he's got the hammer. So...
Oh, yeah, duh.
He should... he should know to go Child. If he doesn't, then... But yeah, it's complex. Things can get confusing. Especially when you've got 4 runners, and this is why we have trackers who are watching these runners in more detail than we're able to. And they can keep us up to date with things like this, which we can sometimes miss.
And chat are also really helpful for this, and it means you get to participate in the stream. And I mean, there is another thing. Trackers and chat, they don't have to concentrate on talking at the same time.
That's right. Especially when it's those times when it's like there's no new checks and everything has been seen, and we're just sort of... It's not like a football match where you can just like, oh, and now X passes to Y, etc.
Oh no, that's true. No Penmango raises a point. Depending on how far ahead Melrose finishes, if they finish ahead, Zephyr would have lost due to the Jadongo swag.
That would feel bad, especially because it's such a swag trick.
That would feel so bad.
Hopefully it might encourage him to look up the new trick that's been found recently, because apparently that's like a 5 or 6 frame window, something like that, to backflip the choose into King Dodongo, so... It's pretty interesting anyway. I was really interested to see it last week. So the Dodongo swag. Well, you take this one.
Zephyr didn't have a bomb bag when they fought King Dodongo, so Zephyr fought them with no strength, no bombs, only shoes. And Zephyr unfortunately had to take 3 shots at killing King Dodongo with just the shoes. And lost him enough time that this would be very, very close.
Be extremely close. And the thing is as well, like, doing it in 3 attempts, that's actually pretty bloody good, because it's such a tricky trick, but it is, because it's so tricky, it can really cost you a lot of time, especially if you try it 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
it's basically right there. If they lose because of that, that is going to feel pretty bad.
I'm sorry, Starling, there are no more pancakes here, and you couldn't have had them anyway. Sometimes the fledglings literally land on my window and just look in at me and go, "What are you doing?" Oh no, Mel bailed to adult. It's fine, but also Mel will be mad.
Yeah, you know that he just needed to climb that wall and would have got it. But
I mean, it does make sense. You can do those other checks as adult. As stated, sometimes it can be an entirely reasonable, sensible, and logical idea, just not the right one.
Yeah, just because it's the correct play doesn't mean it's the fastest play. Sometimes, for sure. Yeah, if it had just continued child climb, then 100% would be winning this. I still think they should win it, but they're giving a little bit of a window of opportunity back to Zephyr here. I mean, I would do child climb first, but yeah, I'm with you on that one, but that mirror shield, it's tempting, and those checks are annoying, so... Yes, so Nightfall, you have to clear all the tentacle rooms to open up the routes towards the Big Octorok. But you don't have to open any of the chests, so you can just kill the thing and run back out again. That's true, yeah, and Opennego pointing out that in some of the crazier settings that you might see on this channel every now and again, one of them is DDR, Dungeon Door Randomizer, which essentially it's
glitched but not too glitched?
Pretty much, yeah. None of the really game-breaking glitches, like you can't just like wrong warp to Ganon, but they call them quality of life glitches because you can do a lot of skips that you're not allowed to do in the accessible standard settings. The only requirement essentially is that basically you have to enter the dungeon through the dungeon door, hence dungeon door requirement.
Yeah, like the command that has just been put into chat by Shiro, setting it up, actually explains it pretty well. It's also glitched rule set designed specifically for the randomizer.
Yeah, I meant to say rule set, not settings.
And Melrose has lights, but is going to be mad. And it really is very close between Zephyr and Melrose at this point. Not super close, but yeah, this is definitely a case of if they hadn't needed those 3 attempts, this would be so close.
I mean, I think there's no question they'd be in the castle at the same time, and possibly even the same set of stairs. It would definitely come down to execution, but
yeah. So, for reference, we have people racing off stream as well as these guys. The lovely bot in the chat will tell us whenever people finish. So, don't spoil us. If you're watching other people's streams, don't tell us how close they are. We will find out when the bot tells us that someone has finished, along with their rankings and the time they took. Oh yeah, like, the right way to do a light hunting spirit, well, right, by which we mean if you did 100 seeds that all had light arrows in spirit, in these circumstances, that way would...
And Melrose through first phase of Ganon very, very, very fast with a nice one cycle there.
Yeah, generally it's only considered a snipe if it's like, oh, is it 30 seconds or is it 15?
I'd say no more than 30, probably. At most, I think would be a snipe. But yeah, this is going to be pretty close if this is going to be a first place on Restream or not. Well, first place on Restream, but first place
it's definitely
overall
first place
on Restream. And Word's finally getting their hover boots.
Oh, they're not going to be impressed.
No. Especially because we are almost getting a finish here from Melrose.
I will face God and walk backwards into Shadow Temple. Hi, ETR.
And get your GGs in chat then, as this is about to finish imminently with the victory on Restream for Melrose, which after a 5-hour 7 Master Quest seed at 7 o'clock this morning, it's a real achievement for them.
Yeah, that's got to feel good.
GG's. The bacon is prepared, and we shall feast. And it's confirmed, as Vezias Arbok, as Estancia was mentioning, which means that it is first place overall for Melrose on Restream. That is quite a day for him.
Yeah, apparently their Master Seed race didn't go so well, so that will be really nice for him. Oh! There's Ryu!
Oh!
Second place with 254.56.
Ryu K not getting the double first place in the weeklies this week. Sniped by Melrose. Wow. GG's, mate.
Yeah, that is super close. On the other hand, we've had closer, like the fact that in the finals of the Season 4 race, oh wow.
Oh wow, yeah, that was that was incredible.
So, are we going to get Melrose in for an interview?
Looks like we will be any moment now, so that'll be fun. Melrose is always
Melrose is great.
Only post-race interviews, so it should be.
I mean, all of our runners are great, but yeah, Melrose is great.
They usually have some choice words for the seed, I think it's fair to say.
I mean, runners don't have choice words for every seed?
That's a good point. That is a very good point. Unless it's like a jet that they win in an hour and a half or something, then they probably wouldn't be too upset. And yeah, Zephyr just getting to the Ganon Castle boss key. So
hello.
Hey
and
there.
Melrose joining us. GG's Melrose.
GG.
How's it going?
Isn't that what we're meant to be asking you?
I'm
Feeling pretty good, I imagine.
I
Yeah, you got your Triforce piece race, but
yeah, I could really do with more of you. If ZSR can.
I mean, I have a PayPal. I'll send you it later. But yeah, it's a sign. It means England are going to win the Euros now, for definite.
Have we been talking about that all stream?
Vidya might be going a little nuts in chat.
So overall, then, how did you find this seed? No Master Quest, at least, so that must have felt nice.
Dude, the crazy thing is, I had mad seed bleed throughout. There was a ton of stuff where I didn't realize I hadn't done it already because I'd already done it in the race from earlier. So I was so confused with certain stuff. Like when I spoke to Andrew at the 19-minute mark, I'm fairly sure. Like, what kind of idiot leaves Andrew this long? I'll double check though. When I speak to him, like, oh god, I am prepared in this entire thing. But this is a tricky seed. There's a lot of stuff in the overworld, and yeah, I think to have done GTG and Ice Cavern and still win, I think that's just that really kind of demonstrates just how awful these items ended up being.
Yeah, the locations were pretty nasty overall.
I think the long shot early kind of did it for me in the end. I don't think many people stumble upon that easily because no real Nocturne available, no Sun Song because that's on the Ocarina of Time. So I was really happy when I saw that. I was really happy when I saw the bow in Shadow Temple, but then as soon as I saw the one in Spirit, my heart kind of sank because I knew that the play to dip the scrubs before doing Spirit, it just felt worse and worse. Like as soon as Gandalf said they're in Spirit Temple, my heart sank. When I saw the bow, my heart sank. It was just from, I said at the time, it just fell from 100 to 0 so quickly. But yeah, I don't know how I managed to pip Ryukane at the end. He's really fucking good.
Yeah, I've going for a double Ryukane this weekend, having one yesterday as well.
Yeah, part of it might have been the hovers in the Colossus Scrub.
Did a lot of people overlook that?
On Restream, at least, a lot of people have found their hovers pretty much lost in general.
Oh, that's a shame. That's kind of one of those, because Scrubs is a relatively new setting, it's an interesting one because you'll have people who will do horseback archery before we go to GTG. You'll have people who will check Crater Ferry before we go into Fire Temple. I think it's just personal preference, really. Would you prefer to spend half a minute to a minute double checking a check that's just by a dungeon entrance? Or are you prepared to say, I'm just going to get the dungeon done because that's where the density is, that's where the items, that's where all the chests are, and then come back to the stuff afterwards? And it's, yeah. I mean, fortunately for me, hover boots ended up being there. I was so happy with my decision to not go to Spirit Temple. Then the hammer was there because I figured out soon enough with the gold gauntlets being where they were, it made complete sense for silver gauntlets to lock gold gauntlets, i.e. the hammer. So I went into Spirit thinking, I reckon there's a good chance of hammer being here, and it was the first thing I opened, and I'm kind of like, I could have had that a while ago. But with that said, yeah, Shadow Temple, those hover boots, there was nothing in Shadow, so I can totally understand how you end up last location in those hover boots, because it's not as if they bottlenecked anything, you just get them to get to Shadow Temple.
Yeah, that's what words for swords go mode item was, the hover place. Also, we have Zephyr.
GG's to Zephyr, finishing 3rd overall and 2nd on Restream.
Yo.
How many minutes is that behind you?
They ended up doing the swag chew strats on King Dodongo, but it took them 3 attempts.
Because of the chew on Man on the Roof, I guess.
Yeah,
that was such a 50-50. Like, do you do Kakariko or the forest?
The people on the top row of Restream versus the people on the bottom row of Restream.
Pretty much. Nice. Split, yeah.
So who's my fellow Kokiri Forest?
Words.
Russia?
You and Words. Yeah.
Definitely the right call, but I don't think there's much separating it. I think there's valid reasons for either.
And GG Zephyr, hello.
GG's.
GG.
I'm so mad.
Why are you mad, son? Tell us why you're mad.
Oh, just screwed up DC with chews.
We've been talking about
it took me 3 times to beat King Dodongo, so...
I mean,
we're literally just discussing that.
It's such a swag strat. I mean, I'd love to see it. I love seeing it, but when it takes 3 times, it just feels slow, doesn't it? Especially with that bomb bag just sat down the road. So
yeah, like
good.
I was thinking about it after, and was like, maybe I should have just bailed after the first failed attempt.
It's hard to tell.
Because, like, I could go back there, and it's like, yeah, okay, DC was Way of the Hero, so there could still be something on King Dodongo, but, like, I don't know. I was thinking about it way later. I'm like, maybe I should have just bailed, and it would have, I could have taken those, like, 3 chews or whatever that I would have had left, and go and check, like, Lost Woods and Kokiri Forest and stuff like that, which is what I did with my 1 chew after I beat it. And then I get the bomb bag, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, we had a suspicion we weren't going to be too happy finding that.
And then I was thinking about, I'm like, man, this would have made, like, the route so much better instead of just brute forcing it, because then I would have been able to route getting the magic on top of DC back in without having to, like, because I didn't get that until way later after I beat Fire. So...
Wait, really?
Yeah. Well, because I didn't get it the first time in BMT because I scummed the chews to check Goron City.
Oh.
So I never got the magic on top.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do remember you picking that up pretty late for something that sort of just sat there.
Yeah.
But you made choices which then got you masses of time later, so you very much made it up. Speaking of which, did you guys find all 3 bows? Or did you only find 2 of them?
I found 2. 1 in Shadow and 1 in Spirit.
Do either of you want to guess where the 3rd one was? Because it's dumb.
Forest?
Well, it's no light trial. Oh, is it like going to be like the first... Oh, basement? Yeah.
Wasteland.
Oh, Wasteland.
Oh, Wasteland.
Oh, that was on my head. That was in my head for a while, actually, because I was in Logic super early.
Yeah,
Wasteland was. So that was kind of concerning, but...
I guess it was in Logic early.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to be that guy, but... I wasted, like, 7 minutes in DC failing King Dodongo with chews 2 times. So I'm just saying, if I performed optimally, I would have won this race.
Oh yeah, we already did the maths on that. We reckon that Melrose would have just sniped you.
We would have seen a really good execution battle on Ganondorf and Ganon. Yeah, it would.
How does it feel, Zephyr? You would have played optimally, and I still would have beat you. How does it feel?
No. If I played optimally, I would have won.
In front of everybody, you've just been downed, man.
Nah. That's not how it goes.
I mean, blame chat. They're the ones that did the maths.
Oh man.
It's okay. Zeph got me when it counted in the Challenge Cup, so anything I say against him is just bitterness.
True. And that's all that really matters, right?
Really, all that matters, yeah.
And also, Zephyr did get swag King to Dongo.
They win the swag points today for the stream, for
well,
sure.
I got the swag early bomb bag. That counts for something, right?
Yes.
Imagine going for a bomb bag. That's so, like...
I love you guys, I'm just saying.
So, where was...
Oh, Deccan's in go mode at last.
Yeah.
Where's Big Goron Sword?
Lab.
Say it again? I had it and I forgot. Where was it?
Lab Dive?
It was Lab Dive, wasn't it? Yeah.
Huh. Did you end up doing, like, all the GTG as well, Mel?
Yeah, I did GTG, I did Ice Cavern because I'm an idiot. And
I did Ice in my adult one because I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this song and hopefully it pays off. Because I was like, I have to do something because I just wasted 7 minutes in DC.
Well, I figured a lot of people were going to say fucking do Ice Cavern, so I didn't want to go there, but I knew there was a lot of people doing it, so...
Oh, yeah.
My first bottle would have been the Big Pearl one in the Crater.
Yeah.
Same for everyone.
I got that how early? I forgot, but like the entire time my brain was going, do it. Do it.
Just
do it. Go to Ice Cavern. Do it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Shut up! I'm trying to play. Like, do Ice Cavern. Go away. Shadow Temple's available, and you want me to do Ice Cavern? Do Ice Cavern. Fine, I'm going to Ice Cavern. You'll get leveled. You'll thank yourself with overload time later. Thanks again. I'm really happy I got the lens.
I mean, you also got the slingshot, which meant you definitely didn't need to care about 50 skulls.
No,
could anyone figure out what Under Icy Waters was? Because I looked at it and I'm pretty sure it was like a heart container.
It's the lens because I got it.
Oh, it was. Oh my god. Okay.
Went down there, got the lens, like, yeah, this is worth it. And then I went to Ice Cavern, didn't get my summertime, got my Bolero. Lost my fucking mind in the Silver Rupee room.
Well, I'm glad we both were losing our minds in this.
I couldn't S-turn. Like, I forgot how to S-turn. I was trying to do that strat where you buy the pillar, you turn right, and then you S-turn like 2 or 3 times. I couldn't do it once, and there's Keys was just hovering around me like a mosquito while you're trying to do some crochet, and it was
crochet.
Couldn't do it. I was like, oh, but my friends are watching, and that's.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna pick on me because I can't do Ice Cavern glitchless, like old good friendship.
Wow.
But you have a bomb bag, didn't you?
I did have a bomb bag, but I couldn't get the crown jump. I was like constantly running into the fucking bomb. I was really just stressed. Dude, I've been up since 6:30 in the morning playing rando because of OSL. So
you
much
only have
so
yourself
that
to blame for that.
I was zipping dungeons to check if it was Master Quest or not. That's where my mind was this whole fucking season.
Yeah, 7 Master Quest.
I was like, oh, I'll check the Deku Theater Grotto just to make sure it's Vanilla Grotto. What do you think?
I mean, that actually makes sense.
And it looks like we get our 3rd place on Restream.
That's pretty funny.
As Words is about to stab the pig for the final time.
Dude, it's the kind of Ice Cavern where James would have been watching going, what an amateur.
Yeah, right?
I put in all this work and this fucking jump gets first. What am I supposed to do?
And GG's then.
Yeah, the
GG's.
GG's.
Overall, with 3:11.55. So yeah, 3 of the top 5 on Restream, which is pretty fun.
This seed is awful, though. It's a really devilishly tricky one because of where all the Overwatch stuff is. I do not... I'm surprised there's not more forfeits right now, honestly. But there's none. There's no forfeits. Everyone is sticking it out.
I'm so glad I remembered those fucking scrubs in Colossus. Because I was like, because I remembered it after I did GTG and I got the Strength 3 from the center chest, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, this is Ganon, so I should go and rush and like get Jabu done. Because I was putting off Jabu, like I was putting off going back Child to hopefully find the Kokiri sword, so I'd get both done in the Child section. So, I got the Strength 3, and I'm like, oh, okay, I should really go and do Jabu now, so I can get access to Ganon's castle, because it's probably pretty good. And then as I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, I forgot some scrubs. And there's scrubs in Colossus. And I'm like, oh, I should go and check those. Like, real quick check. I'll go check those before I go back Child. And then I find the hover boots, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. How did I forget these?
It's funny you should mention about forgetting scrubs, because the main reason why Devon is so far behind at this point is that they forgot at least twice about the lake scrubs, and so they didn't have their strength 2 for a very long time.
And let's not forget, also forgetting irons in the back of Lon Lon Ranch, and thus walking to the back of Lon Lon Ranch 3 times.
And I think to triple dip water as well. Yeah,
that is unfortunate. That's did he get the gold skill then?
Yes, bottom of the well.
Wait, where was the other scale? Because I got a scale in bottom of the well, but
yeah,
I had silver.
The other one was in a Storm's Grotto.
Was it River Scrubs?
Did I skip the well?
Oh, it was Remote Grotto, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank God.
Sorry, no, it's just me losing my mind. It's fine. Chat is there to help me.
Yeah, I didn't do.
It's like, oh my god, I skipped the well? Oh my god.
I didn't do any of the South Field checks.
No, me neither. They would.
Yo, GG words.
Thank you, GG's.
GG's words. So, yeah, how did you find the seed?
That was an odd one. I mean, I feel bad for having skipped the Scrub Grotto and Desert earlier, but I think the main factor in my routing the seed was that I forgot that Shadow was a medallion, and so I pushed the Way of the Hero Dins into Spirit way too hard, which probably paid off for the hammer, but did not pay off when I skipped those scrubs later.
It did mean you got the light arrows fairly early, though, which was actually useful for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty useful, and I think otherwise it might be difficult to find hammer if you find hover boots in a strength 2 locked location. Go and do GTG, which presumably doesn't have much.
Yeah, no, GTG did not have much.
Nope.
I was feeling really good about Spirit when I found a bow in there too, but then Shadow was like, oh no, here you go.
And Wasteland.
Oh, Wasteland had one too?
Yep.
Yeah, though I think the real kick in the teeth was actually the bomb bag on Bomb Shoe Bowling.
Yeah.
Well, see, I saw that, and I was like...
All 3 bows were logically locked by Dins, right?
Is the Spirit one?
Is the Spirit one locked by Dins? How many keys
it's not.
do you need?
3, but it's not magic locked. It's Wait, was there a key in the map chest? I never looked.
There was
boss key
in the map chest. Okay, so you can get to. There was a key in the sunroom chest. Okay, so you can get that bow without magic. So you don't necessarily have to double dip water, I guess.
No, you could, I think, have single dipped water. I'm not
if you did Child Spirit and got the 2 keys, I mean, logically, I guess. I don't know about logic with Spirit, but like, if you got a key from Child side, you'd be able to go into Spirit and get that bow as adult.
Yeah,
but I bailed as soon as I got the hammer.
Same.
I was so it was such a weird range of emotions that I had because I got the hammer, so I bailed, and then I forgot to get Pierre for fire, but I'm like, I have long shot, I can pixel shot, and then as I'm like climbing Fire Temple, I'm like, I don't have. I'm like, I don't know how much time I waste doing pixel shot and try this. And then I'm like, I don't even have magic to leave FW in here to go and get Pierre.
Oh no.
And so I'm like standing there and I'm like panicking. I'm like, am I in the right spot? Like, did I do the setup right? And then I got it. I'm like, okay, thank God. And then Bosky was there. I'm like, okay, sweet. And I do that. And then I go and get the magic. And then I go to water. And then I get the Dins. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can hopefully get the boss key. And of course, the boss key is bow locked. And then I go to Shadow. And then I get a bow in Shadow. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Boss key in water was not open.
It was in River Chest.
It was River
So it was
Chest,
bow
yeah.
locked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, that is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because my 4 was Wind
Did you-
was there, like, all seed. I felt really bad about leaving it there, but when I saw the boss key there, I felt so vindicated. It was such a great feeling.
Oh, I didn't know
I
if I
probably
should
wasted
remove
as
my
much time.
FW from GTG or not.
Okay.
So I had to run all the way back to River Chest.
I think ultimately the only chest I managed to skip in Water Temple was the push block one, because when I first went to Water Temple, I didn't have the bow.
Yeah. Same.
I just did Dark Link and thought, well, it's here now. This is where this is staying until I get Song of Time.
I got both like 50-50 gambles on that, where it's like I had to go back into water and I was like, well, it's a 50-50 chance of the River Chest being boss key. And then also when I checked Valley, I didn't have choose to like peek the box. So
Right.
my plan was I was just gonna long shot to the box, and then if that was like I had FW and GTG, so if the box wasn't the way of the hero, then I would warp somewhere, FW, go back to GTG, run to the waterfall and check that. But then I see the boomerang in there, I'm like, oh sweet, this is perfect. Like I don't have to worry about coming back.
I actually hated that boomerang spot because I was like, someone's gonna get this as a child immediately. But I also long shotted to it.
Yeah, no,
I did too, and then I tried to recoil off towards the waterfall, but I fucked it up. But now, and I think about it, had I done that, I'd probably get sniped by Hurricane, because that definitely takes more than 20 seconds to look at that item apparent.
Yeah, that's true.
So I prepared myself for first. That's not a good feeling, but that's okay. That doesn't sound great. That's
A win is a win. That's all that matters.
Devin, why have you stopped?
Is it though? What about integrity? What about sportsmanship? What about the essence of what makes competition a thrilling to participate and to watch?
What about Russia guys in the Triforce Peace qualifier and finishing second? That sort of thing.
I'm still sorry to everyone.
The betrayal.
Did anybody find a Zora tunic, like a real Zora tunic?
Yes, Forest.
Oh.
Oh no, who went to Forest?
Devin, who is now just standing in the Temple of Time looking lost.
Yeah, they sort of baited themselves into like, oops, AD.
Yeah, but
So what?
my question is, why are they just standing there? They've got 4 medallions. They can go into.
Wait, did Devin not get the hint about Sungrave being foolish?
No, Devin just ran out of everything else to do.
Oh no, man! Oh, so he just straight up forgot about Ganon's castle.
He's just standing there. I'm not.
I guess
Be forgetting he can get in. Oh, toilet break. That makes more sense.
That would make
Right.
sense.
You
yeah,
can't.
he also just
get
got
Ganon's
strength 3,
boss.
so I think he was putting off Ganon's until finding strength 3.
I will
I don't
admit
know.
my interview note for Devin is Devin Irons. Then is this seed just trolling you, Lake Scrubs?
Wait, so was there a strength in Forest then? Is that where you got strength 3?
No.
Where was strength 3?
Widow training grounds.
It was the final chest.
Yep.
Wait, who marked off that I beat Spirit Temple? I'm like looking at the tracker. I'm like, wait, I don't know. I don't have the
I
don't know where you lost, buddy. That's where you lost.
Yeah, I beat Spirit Temple.
I mean, I did
was like,
all of
look,
Spirit except for Twin Rova.
I did Twin Rova because I was up there, and I was like, if I don't do Twin Rova, I'm gonna end up in Forest Temple, and I don't want to do that. But I was like, you know what? Mirror Shield is potentially Way of the Hero, so come on, Kokiri Sword. Like, let's go.
Yeah, it made perfect sense, and we were mentioning that the route Melrose took through Spirits, trying to get light arrows. 99 times out of 100, it would have been the fastest way. This was just like the one time where just going up Child Climber's Child would have been faster.
See, I was thinking about that, and if I didn't do Child Climb, then I would have got the bow sooner, I think. Because I think if I didn't do Child Climb, but I dipped Spirit because I knew it was Way of the Hero, or at least Strength 2 or Mirror Shield was Way of the Hero. I think I would have been inclined to stay after the hammer and check at least like the hands and everything like that and like Child Climb stuff, because it would have been a lot more checks. But because I did it as Child and I did the climb as Child and like got all the way to the hand, then I didn't want to stay as adult after I got the hammer.
Yeah, that does make sense, yeah.
But it's all the what ifs and shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah,
it's so easy to do that. And then I was like, oh man, if only I had realized that Shadow was a medallion and it was the only way of the hero for that, like I would have finished so much faster, but then maybe I just never would have found the hammer. Like, I probably would have done all of GTG, which I didn't actually go to Fortress or GTG at all. I was on my way there when I found hover boots for Go mode. And it's just, like, really tough to be like, yeah, I clearly should have made that one different choice, but if you make that, then, like, all the ripple effects of the locations that are slightly better or worse because of that, like...
Interesting.
But yeah, I should have realized Shadow was a medallion.
I mean...
Hey, listen, I've made that mistake. And in, like, a worse seed to make that mistake where I was thinking I was supposed to find Hammer, and Hammer was locked in Ganon's castle, and that was back when 6 medallions were required.
Oh, no.
So, needless to say, I couldn't finish the seed in my mind.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not fun.
So yeah, did you guys have any other questions about the seed? Or any other comments?
I really like that adult spawn, but it didn't actually seem to affect the logic at all, unfortunately.
Oh, hang on. I only have 4 Way of the Hero hints. What was the 5th? I have SFM, the Donga's Cabin, Water Temple, and Kokiri Forest.
Valley.
Oh, Valley was
hinted?
It was
at Nocturne. It was at Nocturne spot.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Banana.
The hint stone outside of Shadow was Valley.
Why do I keep doing this? Fuck. Okay, right, I need to stop. This is a bad habit of mine.
Yeah, that was. I did like a double take.
Oh, I'm just gonna play Nocturne over time. But I'm gonna save frames by going straight to over the graves instead of checking the hint stone. Oh my goodness, I need to. Yeah. I wonder if that would have prevented me from going straight to GTG and then checking Valley afterwards. I probably could have saved more time.
But then again, you changed.
I still didn't have letter at the time, so I probably just go to GTG anyway. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I also dipped Fire Temple because I'm an idiot and I forgot the hint.
I was gonna do the same, and then I got into Fire Temple, and I'm like, what am I doing here?
I mean, but
just last
and then I worked away.
Just last location the boss key in Fire Temple, and it doesn't matter if it's Baron or not.
You have to do everything anyway. Yeah.
I remembered that Fire Temple was Baron after I beat Volvagia. I was like, oh wait, that's not gonna be something good.
In all fairness,
So I completely forgot I didn't have Sunsong, and if you've just got a opponent and you're off to GTG and you want time of day to work out well for horseback archery, it helps to just quickly step foot into outside Gan's castle so it's midnight, and by the time you get to Fortress, you might have to wait like a few seconds, but it's normally like straight at the break of dawn. It's a really good time to fit in everything. And I was halfway through a field thinking, crap, I didn't do that, it's turning nighttime, everything's awful. But then I looked at my hints, and I'm like, aha, I'm actually really intelligent because Garuda Fortress is barren, and I knew not to go and change the time of day.
I am very smart.
I was the smartest of
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's just
Rally was way over here though. Okay.
Yeah, it was for the boomerang.
I was kinda hoping it was Colossus, so that people thought it was just Minuet, and that somehow meant that Forest Temple had might have had something, I don't know. But
yeah, no.
I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry.
No, that entirely makes sense. Just like hope that you get baited into Forest. But then again,
I'm so hungry. I don't know if I mentioned that. Estancia, I saw your post about the brownies and the pancakes you had, and they sound delicious. And I haven't had lunch because I had to skip it for the race, and now I'm just thinking of all this good food I can eat, and
eat then, for goodness sake. Also, I had two more pancakes in the stream. I asked chat whether I should have pancakes or brownies. And then
both? Hello? Why is there a choice? You take the pancakes and the brownies. It's a classic combination. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
And then put maple syrup on top of all of it.
All of it. You want maple syrup with a hint of waffle and pancakes. It's not even waffles, it's brownie. Maple brownies.
The question then is like, what kind of pancakes are the best pancakes for that? Because I feel like chocolate chip pancakes are really indulgent, but if you have brownies, maybe you want to go with like banana or some sort of berry. Mix it up, add another element.
It's a great shout. You want something that's a fresh bite, because a brownie is very decadent and indulgent, and if it's just brownie and it's gooey, yeah, it's good, but you can barely have more than one bite. If you have something running through it that just cuts it up, gives you a different texture, gives you some freshness, it transforms a brownie. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go.
Why is it whenever Mel is around, it always ends up being about food or something?
Because I don't look after myself and I don't eat, and I'm just permanently complaining about.
Like all I remember of like Mel doing commentary is talking about like ice cream and stuff like that, like MMR.
That's the secret. That's the secret to winning. Apparently,
that's not a Melrose thing. That's a Majora's Mask Rando thing. Don't get confused. That's a universally accepted thing that ice cream is a. Because for those who don't know, Majora's Mask, you can hit go mode and have like a good 45 minutes before you're done, because that's just the nature of the dungeons in that temple. You need something to talk about, and somebody has a pastime of trying out new ice creams. He home makes. That's a word. He makes his own ice creams. Loves to share his results. And I think it's a wonderful thing to talk about. Certainly better than imagining talking about anime and stuff, which is it better? Probably not, actually.
I mean, food content streams are pretty popular on Twitch, so I mean...
Yeah.
And also, I know that I certainly go off topic and ask about food, because chat will talk forever about food and different variations of food. Like, if you have a dry spell in commentary, just stop the food discussion.
Yeah, what's everyone's favourite pasta shape?
I think. Nice and simple.
I mean, I go for fusilli because I still have really fond memories of fusilli chiricole.
I think fusilli is a great shout.
Mm-hmm.
It's only my pick.
I'm a fan of long pastas. Like if it's a tomato sauce, just spaghetti is really great. But with like a white sauce, maybe with some seafood, linguine is where it's at.
What's the one that's basically a tube? It's like thick spaghetti, but there's a hole in it all the way through.
Oh,
and it's supposed to...
bucatelli?
That's the one.
You know, I've never really thought about my favorite kind of pasta. It's not something that normally crosses my mind.
If you ask me my favorite of anything, the answer is probably it depends. And pasta is not an exception. Like, there are so many things, so many factors.
There's not really any wrong decision when it comes to pasta. Like, they're all pretty good.
There is one wrong decision when
respect with flexibility,
and that is not cooking the pasta first.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
I mean, unless you're currently in the process of cooking the pasta and then you snack on just like one dried piece while you're waiting.
Because your lasagna would just be wet and shitty if you... Wait, is that a thing? Could you pre-cook your lasagna sheets?
No, you're quite right. But you don't eat them before they're cooked.
I just want to say congrats to Daredevil X for defeating 231 on his first try. I did not.
Big gamer moment.
I still had Master Quest on the mind. I was prepared for 31 as number 2. I was on my way. And I got so close to number 2. I was like, wait, no, we're right. It's correct.
I must have just missed the second one. I don't know what happened. But I just, like, when I defeated the third one, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't right.
Instant lasagna sheets?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take off, and I'm gonna get something to eat, because now Mel's made me hungry. So
I should have took off like 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry, everybody.
So, thanks for having me on the restream.
Torturing with this talk.
GG's. Thank you for letting us have you on restream. It's been a really entertaining race.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone could see that horrendous Dodongo's Cavern. Just it was like a case study in what not to do.
Swag.
It was,
but anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely swag.
Alright, later. So GG's.
Running, and thank you for interviewing. It's been great.
See ya.
I'll probably hop off as well. Thank you so much for the restream.
Yep, no problem
at all. Thanks very much for putting up such a good race, and all of you finishing in the top 5. That's pretty hype. So
yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Thanks. All right, see ya.
Okay, see ya.
And yeah, Devon's finally about to get to Ganondorf.
Why are they playing Requiem? Oh, because it's the quickest way into a dungeon.
Yep. Finally going to finish. Not going to be a top 10 finish, but
I'm not
considering it should be pretty good.
I'm not sure how much time we're going to have for interview.
Yeah, that's the thing, because obviously DDR's starting soon, and I think everyone would like to watch that also. So.
Yep, well, we will leave this up to our very capable restreamer to judge whether we have enough time. I reckon we've probably got enough time to see Devon through to finishing. I'm not sure whether we've got time for an interview.
We do. I've been watching, so I think Devon's not going to take very much longer, and I can go all the way up to the hour, so we have at least like 5-10 minutes for an interview if he's up for it.
Awesome. We have so many questions, but yeah, he might not be up for it.
Yeah, this seed hasn't treated him very well.
Yeah, I mean, I will probably stay quiet because there are going to be a lot of curse words at me, but yeah, no, I definitely want to see Devon finish, and we'll give him an interview, and then we'll raid ZSR2 for the DDR qual, which I'm also going to be participating in.
You really are cutting it
fine then.
Yeah, I'm not restreaming it, so it's okay. Well, obviously I'm participating, but yeah, no, it'll be fine. Don't worry. I believe in Devon's ability to get through this fight relatively quickly.
Let's see.
That's fair, but also I'm face palming.
You can't believe that.
First place, nicely done. So, looking pretty good for time.
Speedrun, bacon sandwich.
More food.
Food is pretty central to lots of people's cultures.
It's just like water. You can't really live very long without it.
And you know, if you're going to need to eat something to survive, you may as well like do it in a way that you enjoy.
No, it's a good philosophy on life.
So I think
I do kind of want a bacon sandwich now.
Yeah, I think this is a bit too high energy for most meals that I want.
It's a lot of work and danger just for a sandwich.
Yeah, a little bit.
It better be the best damn bacon I've ever tasted for all this.
I hear it tastes dark and smoky.
I could get behind that. I've had some really nice dark smoky bacon before.
I mean, Ganon is literally summoning fire and evil, therefore dark and smoky seems like how it would taste.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably try it if it was a thing.
I mean, yeah.
Like, when are you ever gonna try and get the opportunity to taste Ganon bacon ever again?
The thing is, I would be very wary because, like, it's an ancient evil, and video game logic is just like, sure, you ate a bit of the previous big bad, now you're the big bad.
Yeah, at best you might get poisoned, at worst you just turn into immortal evil. It's not great choices.
It's not a good trade, yeah. But on the other hand, you would go down in history. Speaking of which, Ganon's about to go down.
And finally we get the GGs for Devon. Actually finishing...
New Zealand.
Oh, and it's a tie. We've got a tie with Hapax. 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
That's amazing. That is straight up a tie.
It's a double kill.
Great. GG, Devin.
Thank you.
GG's.
I
have to say something. So there was something that was going through my mind. Like, there were a lot of things going through my mind while I was casually full clearing the seed.
Yeah. I
have an ability that no one else has, and that's the ability to dodge. I dodged every fucking item this seed. I was like, the moment I save reset out of the Scrubs Grotto in London Ranch, I was like, fuck, I just missed something. Well, that's probably not that important. And then as like I dodged the Scrubs in Lake Hylia for like forever.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that was
linear, right?
That was the thing that you did.
And I was like, what if there's actually something on the silo in Lon? But like, what if it's just iron boots? I got the scale from Well, so I wasn't too concerned. And then like the walls were closing in on me. The checks were like, it was getting really thin in Water Temple for the boss key. I already found all 4 items in there. So like, it was like, there was a bunch of keys left, and I was really worried that I need iron boots. But by the time I dipped water for the second time, right after I got the bow, which hilariously all the bows that I saw were like fire locked, like DINS locked. That was really stupid. I decided to like kind of route a peek at London Ranch in as adult, because I figured like if there's nothing on there, I can just like, as adult you quicker much there, especially with the horse, like just try to peek it. Then there, nice iron boots, thanks game, and
yep.
Well, yeah, I just like dodged every item. Like everything was just bottlenecked by that strength 2. That was incredible.
The strength
was actually incredible.
Was the massive difference for sure.
Yeah.
Just those scrubs, and could have been a lot closer, unfortunately.
Like, you know how I write notes, Devin?
Yeah.
When I do commentary?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the one for you is?
Okay, hit me.
Devin Irons, full stop. Is
Irons,
this
full stop.
just trolling you? Like
the seed, like everything I skipped or forgot
Yep.
had something. Like, how?
I don't know how you did it.
I have no idea either.
It's pretty impressive, to be fair. Like you said,
It's amazing.
It's hard to dodge so many items in one seed, but
Yeah.
It takes skill.
Well, I mean, not every seed is for everyone. I think a lot of people had a bad time. Like, even if I didn't route like that, even if I didn't skip all of that, the seed was still ass on top of all that. So,
that's true.
Yeah, only 13 people have finished. So
this was just dumb. Well, I'm glad this happened on a weekly. Well, I'm not particularly glad it happened on a weekly, but I'm glad that I preferred something like that to happen in a weekly rather than a league or a tournament match. Honestly,
yeah,
For sure. It's
like you just have to play a shit seed every once in a while just to be reminded that maybe you're not as good as you think you are.
and you are never going to forget those scrubs again.
Well, I don't know. I was like, I knew there was the scrubs in the game, right? I knew Scrub Sanity was on because like I did the Lost Woods scrubs early. I did the London Ranch once I could. But like after half an hour in, I just forgot that scrubs existed. I forgot the like when I realized, like at some point, Gerudo Valley was still away with the hero. But like that was after my first dip into GTG, and I remembered like, wait, you should have checked the scrubs. And that's when I was like, oh wait, there's other scrubs in the game that I forgot too.
No.
That was fantastic. And then, which item was it again in Colossus?
Hovers.
Yeah, the hovers. And then Shadow had fucking nothing. At that point, I had already done Forest. I felt so bad already. And then the hammer. Where was the hammer again?
Spirit.
Oh yeah, the first check in Spirit. That was hilarious because you needed that strength too, right? The seed really wanted to make sure you have that. It really did. And then the scrubs in like everything was just on scrubs. Like Hammerlocked on the scrubs in Crater was the letter. And at that point I was like at 5 medallions, and then I was like thinking, how do I want to play the rest of this? Between like Spirit is like I only did 2 checks in Spirit, and Spirit is like a crazy good location at that point. That was like my check dance location, maybe next to Ganon's, but it didn't have strength 3 yet. So I was like, okay, let's do Spirit first. And I found the light arrows by accident. that's kind of fortunate. So I didn't need to like full clear Deku Tree as well. And then like I wanted to get GTG out of the way, because I still had my Furores left in there. So I could actually use Furores once I go to Ganon's, and that's when I found the Kokiri Sword. Bruh. Like the only checks I didn't do were like the 2 checks in the Lord Fountain, King Zora, Ice Cavern, and the rest of Fire. I think the rest of and Chickens, and the rest of the seed has been full cleared.
Fire was barren.
Yeah, Fire was barren. That's why I didn't climb higher. And Fortress, of course, like except for the barren areas, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Kudos for all dungeons.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, technically I didn't complete the last one. I didn't watch the cutscene. I didn't walk into the blue warp.
True.
So.
But yeah, I think...
We'll take it.
Did you have any questions about where things were? I mean, I think you showed us...
I've seen everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I've seen everything. Like, what else was it? Like, what else was there? Like, the second wallet. That's the only thing I didn't find. And, like, another bow.
Treasure chest minigame. Wasteland. Spirit Temple. Treasure chest minigame was the second wallet. The bows were in Wasteland. Spirit
wait, I found the
Temple
bow, right? I found the bow in Spirit. I had all 3.
Yeah, you were
I had all 3. Yeah.
So yeah, unless you have any closing comments, I think we should possibly clear out the way to free up this channel for 6 o'clock. And also because our restream is actually taking part in the race that starts on the hour.
Yes.
Oh yeah, maybe we should, yeah. I don't have anything else to add.
I mean, I'm all set up. You guys are fine.
In which case, take a break before your bloody qualifier.
Get your seed patched, get ready, get yourself set off, you know.
Alright, I will give a shout out again to our 4 runners, Devin, Zev, Melrose, and Words for Swords. Thank you to the 4 of you for putting on an amazing race for us this morning. Please don't murder me.
At least 3 of us did.
Yes. But GG's.
Well, thanks for agreeing with me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue. Thank you for our commentators today, Ginger Sunny and Estancia, and of course our trackers behind the scenes. Without them, we could not make this happen. Purple, Tomahawk, No Pen Name Girl, and Procrastinator Rat. So thank you to everyone today for this restream. And yeah, I will be sending everyone over to the Dungeon Door requirement Season 1 qualifier number 6 of 8. So this is our first tournament. If you are interested in seeing a different version of the randomizer where we still play with the same glitchless logic, so it's the same that you've seen today with standard. The rule set itself allows a little bit more leeway with glitches. We also changed up the settings with variable medallions for our Ganon boss key and bridge. So same base, same pretty much type of seed because they're all awful. However, a little bit more glitches are available. Oh, okay, I've just finished. So if you're interested in that, we'll be rating ZSR too.
It's going to be so hype. I'm really looking forward to watching that.
Yay! So we're having, what did we say? Sage and Key on Restream today. But yeah, we will send them a raid and some love. And thank you everyone for hanging out with us this morning and afternoon. And we hope you have a great rest of your day.
See everyone later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you around.
Bye.